Hey guys, welcome to the Happy Being Well podcast. I know, I haven't dropped an episode actually since the last time Ashley Cummings was on my podcast, which was like months and months ago, because I have a baby and he keeps me super, super busy. And
Wait,
it's
hold on. Babies keep you busy? No way.
yes, they do. I didn't realize how much until I had my own baby. Like it's like literally nonstop. But he's a bundle of joy, and I'm loving, cherishing every giggle and laugh and every little milestone I get to witness. And he's like super, super, super adorable. It's like I'm just like addicted to staring at him. But enough about baby Nicholas.
No,
Um,
not enough about baby Nicholas. He's my nephew. And let's talk about how I picked you guys up from the airport. I picked you guys up from the hospital.
You did. You did. You picked us up from the hospital. It was just that was like actually just one huge miracle. The whole thing has been like a massive everything kind of like
Everything is
blind.
like a miracle on a miracle on a miracle when it
Yeah,
comes to
like
Nicholas.
totally like the fact, yeah, completely. And the fact that like everything was literally last minute with Nick because I didn't learn I was like still pregnant until like near the end, almost near the end of my like
Because
pregnancy.
you're
So
so
everything,
little.
and so like I was like, what? I'm like, what? I thought I was no longer pregnant. It was like a crazy journey. And but everybody like was available that I was like close friends with in LA. All my friends are like jet setters. Like Ashley was happened to be in town. I just met Juliet through Ashley's Christmas party, and she was like obsessed with births and babies. And so she was there, when I was giving birth. And she's also heavily into traveling. And right now she's in Thailand. And so the fact that she was there when I gave was like and also
Well, big ups
Nicholas's.
to Juliet. Big ups to
Yeah.
Juliet, and
Yeah.
she will see this. She called me and texted me nonstop. Ashley, I'm going back to Thailand. I need you to be at the hospital. And I was like, okay, what time? But then I called you, obviously. Like there's nothing I wouldn't do for you, but Juliet, and again, we all like I met Juliet in 2019, but when we were all at the Christmas party together, like she took a liking to you, and she doesn't do that to everyone. She was like, "Ashley, I need you to be at the hospital." And I was like, "Okay, I will be there." But obviously you and I communicated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, Annette, she was in town during that time too. Like, all these, like Annette's currently in Italy. Like she lives, spends half her time in Europe. And so the fact that everybody was like there physically and, she just took off back to
And
Italy.
just so you know, I would have been there either way, whether Juliet called me or not. Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
kind of like, why didn't Rita just call me herself?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was a crazy time. It was
Yeah,
like
it's hard to
everything.
think in a time like that.
Yeah, it was, and Annette. She she helped put the car seat in, her mom's car. Her mom picked me. It was like a whole like domino process. Everybody was like helping, pitching in, because Annette's mom came to physically pick me up. Ashley showed up to bring all my stuff to transport into the car. It was like
Well, I'm just good in
everybody.
hospitals too. I'm like, what do we need? And I could tell you wanted to leave. And they were like, we want to give you this long lecture about what to do with
Yeah.
your baby. And you're like, I've been here. I've done lectures. I've been listening to you guys. I just want to leave with my baby.
It was
And they were like,
it,
well, give us another 30 minutes because
yeah,
remember that last lady, the blonde hair lady, the older lady? And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
leave my friend alone. And I was just like bringing all this stuff down to Annette's mom's car that we didn't need, that wasn't you and wasn't the baby, right? And you're like, Ash, I have to go through this. Like maybe it was like a reason that they kept you, like whatever. Who knows? They probably charged you for this as well, right? Um, but I was
It
just like, and I was trying to give that nurse like any like I was just like, I'm taking my friend and her kid. So chop chop.
Yeah, it was a crazy, and they were like really that the funny. It's funny that they did that because they were so anxious to get me out of the hospital. Like, you get, and so I was like,
It's
okay.
like they
I'm like,
want to get you out, but they want
and
to
then
keep you
it
in.
was, it was crazy. The fact that they
Wait, what
did
is that
that.
Sopranos quote? It's like, as soon as I try to get out, they pull me back in. That's what it felt like in the hospital with you. I was like, my friend and her baby are leaving now.
It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was a crazy, that was a really crazy to kind of like orchestrate that whole thing, but it all fell into place. So it was like a
I don't think
net.
you had to do much orchestrating, which was interesting because you're right. It did all fall into place. Like you had an army behind you that you didn't even know about.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Um, so I hear my baby actually crying right now, but my friend's watching him. So I'm just like, what's going on? I'm like, why is he crying?
Hi, Nico.
Nicholas, yeah, he's downstairs. So I'm sure all is well. Maybe he's like, I don't know. I gave her a bottle, so she's got a bottle of milk
If
in
you
case.
need to go check on him, please do it if you need to.
I'm sure, like she's really good with babies. I'm sure she's got it. Uh, so I know I gave her a milk bottle, so if he needs milk.
He probably just
Um,
wants mommy.
no, no, he's pretty. I mean,
He's
and
so independent or what? What's going on with Nicholas? I haven't
oh,
gotten an update.
he is like getting better with independent play. He just loves running around. We took some time off from all the baby classes. I was just like, I took like a week off from like going to library
What,
classes,
like
baby swim
mom?
classes, mommy and me classes, music classes, gym. I put him into a gymnasium
Did you
class.
just see? Did you just? Sorry. Did you say swim and mommy classes?
Yes. So,
So
so
mommy and me, swim and me.
I,
What are the other classes?
music class, baby gymnasium class, um, a whole bunch of
You
different
didn't. You
classes.
didn't even do one mommy and me yoga class. Well, at least we
The-
have to do that. We have to do
They
that at
do
least.
have baby yoga classes,
No,
which
no, no. You have to do that with me.
yeah, yeah. So he does yoga by himself anyways. He does it naturally. I know I didn't
I
even
know.
teach him.
I saw the downward dog.
Yeah, he's doing downward dog like spontaneously, like by himself. He sprung into like a tree pose one time months ago, while he was like you know, sleeping and there was like a bunch of pillows. He just like flopped on a pillow and he did like a tree. I'm like, whoa, what did I just witness? Like, he says happy baby, obviously. He does happy baby whenever he's in his like stroller. Yeah, he's natural at it. And I'm surprised. When I saw baby yoga classes, I'm like, oh my God, he probably would love that, but he's doing it naturally. And that's the one class I haven't gotten around to bring him to was baby yoga
So
classes.
that's the class you're not allowed to bring him around to unless it's with me.
Yeah, well, it's just babies. It's
Juliet
just
was so funny. She was like, Ashley, he's doing yoga already. Like sending me the
yeah.
photos. I was like, Rita already sent them to me, but thank you.
Yeah, I know. I send her pictures. She's always like so grateful that she was there for the birth. She's like, oh my God, that would like changed my life, seeing him,
She
witnessing
wasn't
it.
there though.
What do you mean?
Oh,
The birth, the birth. So when he,
oh, she left like a day after. Okay, okay.
yeah, no, she visited
I was like,
after,
no, but
yeah,
Juliet stepped up. Like, and when Juliet steps up like that, like, it's
yeah,
important.
yeah. So no, it was a scheduled
The only time
C-section.
I said no to Juliet was when she asked me to drop my dog off with Israelis that she was trying to kick out, and I was like, "No." Like, the same way like, I don't care what people say, but, like, the same way that Nicholas is your son, Hondo is my baby. Like, I'm gonna drop him off with random people that she's trying to kick out? No, Juliet. But anything else, I'll say yes to Juliet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it was very magical that whole time. She's like, that was life-changing. Thanks so much for inviting me to his birth because it was a scheduled C-section. So like, we all know the date and time. And so I invited her and she was just because she kept on educating me like about the birthing process, like the whole time, like ever since I met her, like she knows so much about birthing. It's crazy. And like
It's
she knew
crazy because I think, like, Mostly it's crazy because she wanted a kid so bad.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's why she knows so much about it because she read all these books and like did so much research. And yeah, shared with me her long journey into trying to become pregnant and unfortunately it didn't work out for her. But and it's just so crazy because like I wasn't trying. I actually didn't think I could have kids. It was
Did
like
I
so
tell you I had a miscarriage in January?
recently, last January.
It's from the last January that happened.
That's wow. Wow. Mm.
I think you and I were talking about this at one point. Like, first of all, I went on a date with a ex, like he's a retired gynecologist recently, and he's like he started talking about the geriatric. Like my sister had her first son, my nephew, at 42, I think. I think you had Nicholas at 42, correct?
Yeah, and yeah, he was conceived at the age of 42. Yes. Yes.
And I was like, what in the world, geriatric? Like, I'm sorry, geriatric? Like that's old people. Like,
Yeah.
but I yelled at this man. He calls himself the pussy man
Yeah.
because he was a gynecologist for 40 years. No, it's not funny, Rita. It's gross.
I know. I don't know why I laugh because you're laughing and it's making me laugh because you're smiling.
Well, no, I'm smiling because it's retarded. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
I
to
get
dinner with this man and he tells like the waitress, like, I'm the pussy man. And like, it's not funny. You're old and like with white hair and like no one thinks that's cool. By the
it.
way, back to the beginning of the conversation anyway. Why does any man want to be a gynecologist? I think that's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've
I'm
never.
not going to say anything about Dr. Spiegel, who was my gynecologist in college, who was super hot, which was also confusing.
Mm. Never had a male gynecologist. It's always been a female one, so I can't
Have you
speak on
ever
that.
imagined having a hot gynecologist?
I can't even imagine a hot gynecologist. I can't even. It
Dude,
just,
okay, can you trust me on this? He was so hot.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, this is confusing as fuck. Dr.
Yeah.
Spiegel.
Yeah, it doesn't fit
Like,
into
why
her.
are you 40 and I'm like 25 and you're so fucking hot, like hot? Like, do you remember the show Nip Tuck?
Yeah, I remember that show.
He looked like the hot guy from Nip Tuck, like the one with brown hair. I think he just died. I mean,
Oh no, he did.
maybe he had cancer or
He,
something.
yeah, I think he had cancer. Yeah, he had cancer. I forget his real name, but he was also on Charmed.
Anyway, he looks like a spitting image of that guy. Can you imagine that guy? You're in the stirrups again. Why are we still calling them stirrups? We are human beings, but we get put in stirrups.
Hmm. No idea. I
I mean,
cannot
you've
speak
given
on.
birth. I have not given birth. Why are they
Well,
still called stirrups? That feels old
I
school weird.
was a scheduled C-section, so that's another reason why I was so grateful that Juliet was there because I could not hold Nicholas, for extended period of time or because I was like in surgery. So they put him on my chest briefly, but at least Juliet was there where she was the first one who loves him that was able to like hold him when first like took his first breath into this world. So I was really grateful for that as opposed to, it was just some strange nurse or whatever. She was there. And actually she actually knew too that that white stuff that's on their body when they come out of you is actually good for them. And I had no idea because they ask you like, oh, do you want to give him a bath? And she says, no, like leave that on him, leave that on his, because she knew that
Juliet said
was,
that.
yeah. So I had no idea. So that was like, so many things like that she knew about that it was good to have her there to help, make sure that, his health was optimized during that whole process. Yeah, so she was the first one to do
Should we
skin.
call Juliet and see if she
Yeah.
picks up? Can you call her on your phone? Because my phone is live.
let's see,
She's in
Julie.
Thailand or somewhere.
I know. So that
So
I think it's gonna.
Our friend
Let
Juliet
me
likes to
Google the
travel.
time in Thailand because you know how she is. She'd be
I don't care.
like,
No, 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 just call her.
no, she'd be like, she wouldn't even
Tell
answer
her it's
anyways.
actually calling.
It's
She
nine
won't
thirty.
care, promise. I
Wait,
promise.
time in Thailand. It's
I don't
8:37
care.
and
Just say Ashley wants to talk to you.
oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
can't do it because I'm
Oops.
doing literally a live stream while we're doing this. So I can't call her.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on audio. I don't think she won't answer probably. She's
Yes, she
probably
will. She loves you. Like literally, she like okay, let me talk to Juliet.
all right, so it's ringing. The minute
Juliet!
it's still ringing.
Kaka! Kaka!
It's so funny because like on the kids shows, when they do caca caca, I always think of her. I'm like,
Well, you know that's like a Thai thing, right? She's so funny.
well, I
I
guess on
love
baby
Juliet.
shows they're mimicking, animal noises, right? So like I guess that would be like a bird, I guess, or some kind of bird that
No,
says
it's something it's very specific to Thailand. It's kaka, kaka. It like means something. Like it's like it's not just a bird. It's like can anyone on my live stream tell me what kaka means in Thai? Wolverine, hi.
yeah, it's still
Yeah, no
ringing.
one knows. Does anyone know what kaka means? Like kaka, kaka. It was on White Lotus. You guys know I love White Lotus. White Lotus. They were like kaka, kaka. But like when Juliet came back from her Thailand trip last time, it was like every other word, kaka, kaka. And I was like, okay, kaka, kaka.
Didn't know she picked it up from Thailand. I thought she just invented that was her thing. Like that was
Well,
the
she
her.
invents so many things. Juliet
She
is,
does invent, yeah.
let's just say this about Juliet. I love Juliet and I am grateful for Juliet. And I will always wish her the best. And she's the funniest thing that ever comes up on my WhatsApp every single day.
Yeah, yeah. No, she's I always like whenever I was hanging out with her when she was back in LA. I
You
was
know,
hanging
she
out
only comes back here to like manage her properties.
yeah. She made me laugh so much. Like I was like, and because I just like,
Wait,
had
does
my
she make you laugh when she yells at you, or does she just make you laugh in
I don't
general?
think she ever yelled. I just
She's
remember
yelled at me so much. Oh my
I
God,
would
she never yelled at
I
you?
would bring the baby a lot to see her, right? To when after I gave the C-section. And so I think I like didn't start like, going out of the house until like I waited like a month, I think, because I needed my wounds to heal. And so yeah, I spent a lot of time with her, bringing Nicholas down. And I just remember like laughing so hard. I'm like, and especially after like having a surgery like that, it's like you're prone to like easily pee. So I'm like, Julia, and I'm like, she should have been a comedian. Like honestly, she is like so funny and she's so original in the way she expresses herself. Like she's
She
got
is a
that,
comedian.
she's
Like
got that
people think
star.
like people like my sister are funny. It's like Juliet's actually a comedian.
She's got that like star quality about her, she's just very expressive and she has a unique way of expressing herself and she's like got all this original sayings and
You know
expressions.
that she yells at people to make them not like this is what I learned. You know, I lived at her property for a while, right?
Yeah, you told me that, yeah.
So I learned this the hard way. She yells at people to make them go away, which is it's a twofold situation. It's like so you yell at someone to make them stand back. So it's a defense mechanism. It's also a way to make someone do something real quick. So when I lived at her property, she asked me at 4 p.m. to drive 8 miles. And you know Los Angeles.
Hmm.
Driving anywhere, any direction at 4 p.m. in Los Angeles is a fucking shit show. And she's like, go get my like I don't even some herbs, something. It doesn't matter. I literally put in like the GPS, like WhatsApp, like not WhatsApp. You know what I'm talking about. What's the navigation thing that's not Google Maps?
GPS? No.
No, yeah, it uses GPS, but it's
Okay.
Waze.
Yeah. Never used it. Yeah.
So she gives me the address, and I'm like, it's 8 miles, and it's 4 p.m. in Los Angeles on a Thursday.
Hmm.
So I call her, and I'm like, I'm heading to this place to get the thing that she needs me to get, which is like herbs from this person. And I call her, and I'm like, are you really asking me to go 8 miles at 4 p.m. on a Thursday in Los Angeles? She just started screaming. I was like, fine, okay, I'm going. But that is a very important tactic, I think. I think that's a, how do I want to say it? It worked. I'm not somebody that people can push around, but she was
Hmm.
able to push me around. Um, Juliet and I had a hammer ending situation. I don't know if you know about that, but we sorted it out. But it ended, our relationship ended with me walking around her property as she's touching my father's artwork with a hammer, telling her, Juliet, go back in your house. I was banging a hammer. I wish I had something. I was banging a hammer, which she didn't even know was her hammer.
Hmm.
And I was like, Juliet, go back into your house. She kept touching my father's things. She kept doing things like it was bad. But Juliet, I want to say positive things about her. Juliet is an amazing person. She's an amazing human. She stands up for people. And I think she's mostly misunderstood.
Right. Yeah. 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 I mean, she's definitely like very intelligent, highly intelligent person, very sharp on her feet. I learned a lot.
Sharp on her feet.
I I was sharp. I mean, I have baby brain right now, so it's like I'm running around. My brain is I'm not very sharp with constantly running around after Nick, tired. Like,
Like
um,
I made a human. That's what I'm doing right now.
it's crazy. It's
It's
like
almost
right now.
2 years, right? It's
Sorry?
so weird because I think my nephew, like your son, my nephew, I have two nephews, guys. Okay. I have my nephew called Henry, who I haven't met, my sister's son. But my real nephew, who I know and have met, is Nicholas. Um, he's almost two.
Yeah, he'll be two March 26th. He'll be 2 years old. I can't believe how time literally flies so quickly. Yeah, right now he's 17 months. He'll be officially 17 months on the 26th. Yeah. Crazy. It's like literally going by so quickly. It's just, and then I'm like looking at old pictures when he was like even more smaller and like it's just like it feels like it's like going by
You
so quick.
remember when we brought him home from the hospital?
Yeah, that just kind of feels like yesterday,
And you
like
remember,
breaking.
like, I came over, like, I don't know, like 3 times a week or something, which, like, no shade to Annette, but Annette, you can call me if you want. Was it Annette or Annette's mom?
Annette,
It's
yeah,
her mom.
yeah, her mom was there,
The
at
one that
the
was rude to you was her mom, correct?
yeah, she's like, yeah,
I'll call it rude. You can call it whatever you want.
you
So
know,
basically, guys, literally, I go to pick up Rita from the hospital when she's allowed to leave with her baby. And I'm transferring the baby and Rita. This is a huge thing for me, as you know. I'm transferring the baby and Rita to Annette's mom, who is like pissed, who I will then get to know very well because I start going to Rita's like every, was it like Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something for like 3 or 4 weeks.
no, it was I had to go and renew my passport and decided to like go get passport photos, and I had to, and also pick up Nick's birth certificate. And then because I had issues with like them rejecting my, oh, your head's not in this space or whatever, I had to keep on going to go back to
You
get other
remember when
passport
we went to Kinko's or whatever that time, and I was like, "Are you
FedEx.
sure that FedEx? Thank you." I was like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure?"
Yeah.
And then you're like, "No, Canada is insane. I'm sure."
So the reason why Ashley had to come, she didn't have to hold my hand or write my passport, application, but because I had a C-section, she had to carry baby Nicholas in his car seat. I couldn't carry him because I could rip open my stitches. So that's why Ashley was like assisting and coming down and helping. And also like helping me organize all his baby stuff into like, boxes and stuff like that to,
Well,
yeah.
that was what was crazy to me because I kept coming to your house and it was like, "Put your toilet paper in this place." But I'm like, This woman just had a child. She just made a human being. Why are you talking to her about toilet paper and where her paper towels are?"
Oh no, we never had an issue about toilet paper or paper towels, but yeah,
Yeah, you did.
yeah, it was no,
Storage for the paper towels and the toilet paper was a thing.
no. You had went into the bathroom, and I said use my toilet paper roll, not Annette's, because like she's like because
Okay,
they
that's even more embarrassing to say. You know that's more embarrassing to say,
because
right?
she had like a thing, like that was, or
Okay, so
actually it was
guys,
never a thing
I have to
until.
pee, and Rita's like, use this roll of toilet paper so it's not another person's roll of toilet paper. And I was like, I'm sorry, you have like a 2-month-old baby who is caring about toilet paper at this moment. But you know what? I'll just wipe myself with my hand at this point. Like, fuck.
Yeah. So, anywho,
You're so
everyone's got.
Canadian.
Eh?
Anyhow.
Do Canadians say that? I don't think. I think maybe that's an English thing.
No, I
Anywho,
feel like that's a Canadian thing.
is that
Guys, a
Canadian?
Canadian thing. Oh god, let's see. We have 17 people on YouTube. Is Canadian anywho, or is that just like a thing? I feel like anywho is Canadian.
Let me just Google it. Google. Anywho, what is the original?
Stop trusting Google, please. I've been telling you guys this for years. No one listens to me. Doom. Oh my god, Doom is so cool. You don't know about Doom. Doom. It was so funny. She was like, Rita was like, "Oh, so we're gonna get into online bullying," but Rita was like, "Ash, I found this stuff out, and I guess the Dabbleverse is like based on this guy called John, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "We're not gonna talk about John. We're not gonna talk about the Dabbleverse. We're not gonna talk about anything like that." Doom is so cute. He hates me, but he hates me, but
Yeah. So let's get into the topic of our
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
So
So
you have been internet bullied.
I haven't been internet bullied. I've been bullied in the offline world as elementary school and high school, but I've never experienced online bullying. So, Ashley has, and so we decided to do this podcast episode about bullying and discussing online bullying and offline bullying, what that looks like. It's obviously really traumatic and how to deal with it. And, now we have this emerging online world that just gets more bigger and bigger, and also we still got to deal with the offline world because people are still physically going to school, physically going to workplaces, or just physically, being out and about in the world, or friendships. People get bullied in friendships too. And, there's frenemies, that's a thing. And
Frenemies. That is the thing. That was a really good call.
And I mean, there's so many aspects in relationships too. People get bullied in marriages and relationships by their other partner. And I mean, there's just so many different aspects and facets of bullying. And so it just, and it looks different too. So it shows up in different areas of our life, in different institutions, and it looks different. It could be very direct and obvious, or it could be very covert and subtle that you may not even realize it until, you
What do you
know,
mean by covert and subtle?
it could be, covert and subtle, meaning someone could be with a smile on their face, communicating with you, perhaps in a workplace setting, uh, perhaps even in a friendship or whatever type of setting, and and smiling and being appearing to be like charming and stuff, but they could be expecting stuff out of you, or they could be exploiting you in some way, um, and appearing to be nice, appearing to be your friend, and all these things. But there's a hidden agenda, so that happens. Some people don't realize it's happening until
Wait,
maybe
hold
it's too
on.
late.
Stop for 1 second. Hidden agendas happen?
I know, right? They do. Or and it could
No way.
yeah, yeah, hidden agendas. If we isolate it to a workplace setting, obviously that's like, trying to undermine your work so they can outshine you. Or trying to get you to do their work, right, in hidden ways by saying, oh, how do we, by acting like Columbo, you know, I say Columbo
Why did you bring up Columbo?
because Columbo, I know
Who's Columbo?
it's a popular show. I think it was like in the 80s.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Rochi, I love you. I just need you to know this. I love you, Rochi, and I see you.
Okay,
But
okay. So
Columbo.
Columbo, everybody should like watch that show and learn from Columbo. So Columbo was a popular show back in the day, either 70s or 80s, and maybe possibly early 90s, but I think 80s. I'm pretty sure 80s.
70s,
Anyways,
80s, possibly early 90s. Okay.
yeah, my brain is now going back and I'm like playing the footage in my brain, and I'm seeing like late 70s, early 80s, like furniture and,
What
and
year were you
clothing.
born?
81. Like you, we're
Same
both
year as me.
yeah. So Columbo was an investigator, and so whenever he was investigating a situation, he would play dumb, like he's if he didn't know
So
what
he
was
did the
going on.
Dolly Parton, but like the male Dolly Parton kind of thing.
So he played dumb, like he didn't know who you were or what you're doing or what's that, or like it, so you put your guard down, and then he would get more information out of you because your guard's now down, and he would like just be like, oh wait, what's that, like how, like what is like, so you would explain it and maybe give too much information. So that was the Columbo effect, like that was the genius of that character in that TV show. So anyway, so people do that. There's so many tactics, really. I
Which is
mean,
funny because this person brings up Columbo all the time, and I'm like, I've never seen it, so I was like literally curious, like, how do you even know about Columbo?
it
So
was a
can you tell?
popular.
I was okay. So we were born in the same year, 1981. I watched Matlock, which was an old school thing for a 6 or 7 year old to watch. I watched like I don't know, the fucking Butler show. There was another show, whatever. There were a few shows. Anyway, let's get to the topic of conversation. You were bullied online. Is that correct?
I wasn't bullied online, no, in elementary school and in high school. So I wasn't bullied online. So I have no idea like what that it looks like, or like what that would be like versus experience it in person. Like, so not sure which is worse, but I think it's both worse. I mean, it is, it's you're being bullied, right? So you
Can
have
you do me a
somebody.
favor? Because this is pre-recorded and we're live. Can you play the last clip of Doom?
I cannot because it gives me a file.
No,
Have
it's
to.
just because it's actually a game. Doom will, like, take it down if you play it, but you can't play it. Is that the point?
What are you talking about? Who's I don't even know what that word is. What are you talking about?
Just forget it. I know. Anytime I talk to someone normal about the D verse, it's like, "What are you talking about, Ashley?" And I'm like, "Never mind, never mind." Okay, so let's talk about something else.
So yeah, so bullying, comes in many shapes and forms. And also too, like when I say covert, like obviously a lot of what we hear about people that are narcissists, their tactics is obviously that's typically what it looks like too, like the gaslighting, basically d like n not denying your reality and then sh putting on
So
their
let's be
reality.
really clear, like, because gaslighting and narcissism is like something I think is thrown around so much. Let's be really clear what that is. Gaslighting is saying the what gaslighting is so I'm gonna say your hair is blonde. We know your hair is brown.
Right.
Rita, your hair is blonde. You're like, no, Ash, my hair is brown or a beautiful reddish brown, should we say? What would you call it?
Yeah, it's denying like the reality that you're
No,
currently
what
ex
would you call your hair color?
my hair color? Oh, it's brunette. I don't know, brown.
Okay, so if I'm like, you're blonde, and you're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, but but you are. You're like, Ash, like that's gaslighting. It's like a fact right in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gaslight. That's what gaslighting is. It's basically just denying that person's reality and saying, no, this is the reality and painting a complete illusion over it, whatever illusion they're wanting to orchestrate that they want you to believe for their own purposes, whatever those purposes are.
Orchestration was like the best word you just used there. Like there's an orchestration of silliness.
Yeah, and it's just and it's really sad that, like we're still experiencing this, in our society as like, it's becoming like very popularized. These people are actually, I remember listening to a podcast with Dr. Ramani, who is like the world's leading
I
uh,
love Dr. Romney.
yeah, therapist or psychologist on narcissism. She's been studying it since like before it was even popular, like since like the 80s or something like that. That's what she majored in or whatever when she was studying. She says that I remember someone was like, with all these books now being distributed and published about the disorder, um, she was like, she mentioned a comment one time saying that the scary part is that some people think that by adopting these traits, it's going to help them accelerate in their careers or so people will
What do you
take it
mean adopting those traits?
like gaslighting or like love bombing. Love bombing does not have to be in a romantic relationship. It could be like in a friendship, like being like showing up and acting like super, super nice to someone at first and doing things for them and pretending like you got their back and then doing a bait and switch. But, eh, so, and they're typically very charming individuals. So I just remember hearing that comment. Also, she made another comment in a podcast that whenever she goes to a party and she meets like a charming character, she runs the other way. She just like does not engage in charming people. I'm not sure what to think of that. I'm like, is it? I mean, yes, there's a part. They're typically they are charming, and so should we all just dub every single charming person as like a narcissist or someone that's like,
So, okay, just real quick, I think that the word narcissist has been way over, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like abused is what I want to say first, but like, oh man, he's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. And like, no, actually, you don't know what. Do you know what the definition of a narcissist is? My mother was literally okay. So my mom was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Um, and the doctor took my sister and I in, and they said, here's like what you need to understand. Your mother's frame of reference is herself.
Right.
So anything like, and that made Whitney and I were just like, we looked at like the doctor at national NPR, national something in DC. Not it doesn't exist anymore. National Rehabilitation Center, NHR, National Rehabilitation Center in DC. They took Whitney and I into a room and were like, so basically everything that your mom has told you has been bullshit. And we're like, we kind of knew that, but now we have to reorganize our brains. Like, so everything our mom, like, for example, my mom would say, like, you know me pretty well. I've known you for what, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, I can't even remember how. I
I
can't remember
pick you up in my
how.
arms. You're like 200, you're like literally 2 pounds. So I would go into like my mom's apartment or my mom's event, and she would say, "Oh, you're not as husky as you were the last time I saw you." I'm like, I'm literally anorexic and 98 pounds. And then it went to like us in the when my mom's stroke happened and Whitney and I went to the hospital, it was that woman that diagnosed my mother with and narcissistic NPD,
So your
narcissistic,
mother was diagnosed as narcissistic personality disorder.
correct.
Okay.
And she said, you have to understand that everything your mother has said, I'm 31 at this point. My sister is 30, I think. And she's like, everything that your mother said wasn't because like it was about you. It was about her. She's a narcissist.
Yeah.
So her point of reference is herself. So one of the biggest things was like when people would say, Ashley's so pretty, they'd say that to my mother. And my
Hmm.
mother would look at me up and down. I did good with that one, didn't I? Like like everything, like she would literally look Whitney and I up and down if someone complimented us. It was like she had to check our outfit, check our weight, check our like makeup, everything, and like I did good with that one, didn't I? It's like, no, it's not about you. Like someone said Whitney was pretty, or someone said Ashley looks pretty, or whatever. But that's the thing that if we want to talk about narcissists, which should be another show, really, it's the fact that their home base, their how do I say it?
Themselves. It's themselves. Their
The
self.
point of reference. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing my mother in any conversation when she wasn't the like topic of conversation was so awkward. It was like she would widget and like move or like try to interject herself and stuff. It's like, Whitney's talking about Chelsea Handler, mom. There's nothing that you can like crossway, but she couldn't handle it. Like if she was not the topic of conversation, it would make her anxious.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they just it's their own everything has to that's a perfect way to explain it is the center of reference is like them. How does it affect them and how would they be responsible to do this? Like all of the they're just it's very difficult for them to appreciate a person for just the person also and it's just oh yeah it's always about them and what suits their needs how they contributed to that to make it a success it's always them that's
Exactly.
their
I made you. That was like my mom's line. I made you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you made us, but you also fucked us. Like, fuck
hmm
you, mom. I love
Yeah.
you, you're in heaven, I feel like you're a better person now, but, like, you made us, and then you just shat on us, and you made
hmm
our lives really difficult. She had
Yeah.
us modeling at 2 years old,
hmm Yeah.
because she worked at Bloomingdale's. Like, it was like so Whitney and I have to be on this, like, Whitney was into it. I mean, I was into it to an extent, but, like, putting 2 children on, like, fashion shows because you're the director of public relations for Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus is like, we're your kids.
hmm
We didn't
Yeah.
need to be behind the scenes with all these weird people, like, touching us and doing weird stuff, like, are you even paying attention to that, mom?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's narcissism and, dealing with narcissistic mothers and yeah, that's another thing to like heal from too, is like dealing with, being raised by a narcissistic parent is another, and what happens is you're going to continuously attract that same type of situation over and over again until you actually heal the original wound. And that's what I've like learned.
What do you
Um,
mean the original wound?
the original wound, meaning the one that you experience with the parent, your primary caregiver, your first person that you developed a relationship that you're supposed to trust and
So
love.
who's your first person?
Uh, well, that would it would well, it would obviously be people that I grew up with my mom, my dad, my sister. Um, I wouldn't say my parents, they were not like, there's nothing to say like, oh, they did this or they did that. They didn't do anything specific that was like malicious or like um traumatic per se. It was just, them like just my dad was always busy with work and I was mainly with my
Doesn't
mom.
that sound like you're making excuses? I'm sorry.
Well, I
Your
mean,
dad was always busy with work, and what was your mom doing?
she was a stay-at-home mom.
So
And yeah. So so but she like they didn't have like the right parenting like tools back, especially back
I don't
then.
think any human has the right parenting tools. This is something my sister and I have discussed over and over. I'm like, why can't you just forgive mom and dad? They were just humans. They were just
Yeah.
idiots. Like they didn't do perfect. They did like none of us are perfect.
Yeah.
But we were like trained to be perfect. Whitney and I were trained to be perfect.
Mhm.
How do you be perfect when no one that's training you is perfect?
Yeah, well, that's the society, that we're all kind of like conditioned to put out that perfect image from society. You know what I mean? Like that's you go to when you go to work and go to a job interview, we're going to present our best image. Or even when you go on your first date, you look at people on in the movies and the TV shows, everyone's like, looking good. And like when celebrities go in the interviews and you watch them or the Oscars, like we are conditioned to present a certain image to the public, right? In order to be accepted or looked upon in a favorable way. So it's a part of our societal programming, right? So,
But
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, no, sorry. Why are you agreeing to this? Because I do not
I'm
agree.
not agreeing to it. I'm just saying that we are, that is the way we operate in our society, right? Child model. You just mentioned modeling, like,
No, no, I'm kind of doing devil's advocate with you because I feel safe with you, but like, why do we subscribe to this? Why do we accept it? Does that make sense?
well, because like little baby Nicholas, he's entering the world and now he's like watching TV
He is not
programs.
into celebrities. He's my
He's
nephew.
he's
I will
he's
I will speak for him.
he's being programmed by everything that he's seeing around him right now. So we,
Well, yo, ma, yo, ma, you can like not let him be programmed by that shit. Does that make sense? I don't
yeah,
mean to be a bitch, but you know what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Okay, so you've, okay, I'm never gonna like put conditions on him where he has to be absolutely
I'm like,
perfect, of
okay,
course. I think
Rachel is
there's,
cool. You know the Rachel videos we like for
right,
babies? She's cool, but like other than that,
right, yeah. I'm just saying, like, there's like a spectrum. We could probably put it on a spectrum. Like, obviously, I would never pressure him to always be perfect, like what you're describing with you and your mom. But I'm saying that when we go out and about in society, we are being unconsciously like picking up stuff, how we're supposed to behave and act or look, or, who gets the most favorable treatment based upon behavior or appearance wise,
hold
okay,
on, hold on. Stop the press.
I'm just saying that's just
No,
how.
I want to know this. I literally want to know what a single woman like faces with her son. I want to know this. You just said like some people are not like nice to you, some people are.
No, I'm not mean, not suggesting mean or nice. I'm just saying, okay, what's a good example of this? An example, okay.
Also, I would fucking kill anyone that was rude to you or Nick.
No, I'm just saying like, you know, I don't know. Like if you go, okay, mommy and me class. Okay, let's just bring because I mean, all my whole life right now is like baby, and mommy and me, and just
You're like the best mom. Like it's so cute.
so I don't like
I
I'm
can't
not doing.
even with you. You're adorable.
So,
Can I
mom,
say something to the live?
yeah, sure,
Can I say something that's like my opinion?
yeah,
So, hi guys. Thank you so much for the $10. Age of a Coral. Age of Squirrel. You make me blush. I'm on with my friend Rita right now. As you guys know, it will be available on Spotify, Apple, all the places that you get podcasts tomorrow. But can I say my opinion for real?
yeah, sure.
So Rita has a my nephew who's called Nick and Nicholas. What's he doing right now?
He is actually, I'll show you right now. He's like going to sleep, actually taking his nap. My friend, she's putting him in.
Can you just put the phone so I can hear my voice? Hi,
Oh,
Nicholas.
he's napping. He can't hear. He's like
Yeah,
napping,
no, no,
napping.
let him not. Now let him sleep.
Oh,
Yeah. Your hair looks great, by the way.
thank you. Oh, he's like trying to like nap. Yeah. Oh, he fell asleep. I'm just looking at him,
It
making
takes,
sure
yeah,
he's
I
like,
know, because you're a mom. That's what you do, right?
yeah, yeah. So um, I wonder, and like,
Hold on, just
maybe,
go over there and just like
yeah, I'll
if
be
he's
right
not
back. Hold on.
totally asleep, yeah, okay. Hi guys. So we're checking on baby Nick. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda, you're in deep shit. You know that you're in deep shit. Little cupcake ass. Hi. Hi. Crew Jones. Kung Fu Panda. Because you know. Um, Kung Fu Panda. I'm kidding. I love you. So we're talking to Rita. We're filming a podcast right now. She has my nephew, not by blood, but my nephew is Nicholas, and he's almost 2 years, and she's checking on him. So we're recording it now, but I was like, let's do a live about it. Kung Fu Panda, you already know. Stop it. I love you. Um,
All right, so baby Nick. went for his nap. And so hopefully it's a late nap. So I'm hoping he just like sleeps all night, but I we'll see. All right. So, all right, we were talking about so okay, I'll give an example. Like, okay, in the I went to high school in the 90s. So in the 90s, blondes were it. Okay. So like because they were always plastered on the magazines and like, as a teenager,
Did you say the
reading.
blondes were it?
Yeah, they were like always being like they were always on the front covers or like they were just like a lot of the models were blonde, a lot of the top models too. I just got the message when I was in high school, like the most desired, female beauty at that time from what was presented in the
Kate
media
Moss,
was the blonde and like obviously there's a certain like look or whatever. So I actually dyed my hair when I was
heroin chic.
I literally dyed my hair blonde and I even bleached my eyebrows blonde like
Stop it, stop it. I did that too.
in like yeah, but you could like totally suit it. I'm olive skin
No,
and
stop, stop. I, I literally. Do you remember iced tea? No, no, not iced tea. Vanilla ice.
yeah, I remember Vanilla Ice, yeah.
I did vanilla ice in fourth or fifth grade. You look fantastic. Fourth or fifth grade, and did like you remember how he had the you know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember like specifically what he looked like. I know he was a rapper. I remember him being a rapper.
Vanilla ice,
Yes,
baby, ice,
Ice, Ice,
ice,
Ice Baby.
baby.
Yeah, I
He
remember.
shaved his eyebrows
Can't remember what he
into
looked like specifically, but yeah,
okay,
okay,
he was white, doesn't matter.
yeah,
He did this. Like he had two razor blade like cutoffs of his eyebrow.
right.
So I'm all smart in fourth grade and I did that. They like still never grew back properly. And also this, my fourth grade class photo was Ashley Cummings Vanilla Ice. It
Hmm.
didn't say that, but it basically was that. And I was like, "Mom, can you help me?" And she's like, "No."
So, yeah.
Again.
So we're bringing this up because we're talking about bullying, and I'm relating it back to a time when I was bullying. I'm just remembering my psychology and like what was going on in society at the time. And so there's so many things going on, there's so many facets even to describe the motive for bullying. There's so many motives for bullying. It could be the bully. Okay, isolating it to a school setting, because that's what I experienced. The bullying could be coming from maybe their parents are bullying them at home, or maybe they're seeing a parent bullying the other parent, or maybe the parent is comparing them to other children, and so they're desperately trying to gain a sense of acceptance or feeling significant. I think a lot of our negative behaviors as humans comes down to wanting the need to feel significant is a very desirable feeling that people, and especially in our North American society, where it's like very highly egotistical, to feel significant, and if they can't get that through the traditional means, whether that be, gaining that significance through the success in a career or, fame or whatever have you, they're going to try to do it in other ways to get that significance, right? To feel significant. So the easiest way, obviously, is to like bully somebody that's an easy target, and thereby you feel significant because you're exercising your dominance and control over that person and making them feel inferior, thereby you feel superior. I mean, that is obviously probably the most basic way to describe that one component of bullying, but there's so many, again, motives for it. Now, me and Ashley were discussing, online bullying, and I would say a lot of it could a lot of it, not all of it. It could be attributed to clout chasing, seeing somebody with that's vulnerable or whatever, and like knowing something about them that's a weakness and just pouncing on them in order to gain more clout so that people are more, you get more viewers, more viewership. So, um,
Clips, views.
yeah, and or maybe, that person's triggering the bully is getting triggered by that person in some way. Maybe they have a trait about them that reminds them of somebody that did them wrong or whatever, and then they will obviously bully them. They're motivated because that they're actually just bullying the original uh, um, uh, person that did them wrong by bullying the person that's
That's such
triggering them.
an interesting theory, by the way, what you just said.
Yeah.
Like it's a form of projection, no?
Yeah, they're projecting their past experiences onto the new situation or the new person. So they're projecting the old person onto the new person. What the old person did to them, they're seeing a trait in the new person that reminds them of the old person, thereby they're bad, right? So thereby it's like stirring up old feelings, and it's like setting a spark to a get to oh my God, I can't speak. Baby brain again. Setting a match to a fire? Set,
Wait, did you say setting a match to a
to a
fire? Like that's what I do.
setting a match.
So let me
Spark.
segue this.
It's like the spark to a fire. There we go. It's the
I'm the spark and the fire. So let's get to the internet bullying part. So just so you guys know, and I think that you know I'm live. Um, Rita and I have been really good friends for a very long time. And I love Rita and I love her son and I love everything about you.
Aw, thank you. I love you too. I love
I love
everything
you
about
more. I love that, by the way, I can pick up Rita with like one hand.
yeah.
We have a picture of it.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Remember at the wait, hold on. Remember at the park?
Yes, I remember at the park. And then after we went to it was in Santa Monica, that lounge in I forget what the hotel was called, but yeah, it was
Oh,
really
the
nice.
one with the fun elevator that I love, the Huntley.
Was it the it
No,
was
we went to
no, it
Casa
was
Del Mar, Casa Del Mar.
yes, Casa del Mar. Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, so that place was cool. They had great food. I mean, the cocktail I ordered was not the greatest, but the food was good.
What happened with the cocktail order?
And by the way, I was actually pregnant at the time and I didn't even know. Then
Yeah,
I
we did not know she was pregnant, by the way. We did not know. Just so
crazy.
everyone is clear on this.
Yeah, and I remember I do remember during that time
But you
period.
never drank much. Like,
Yeah,
what would you have? Like one drink?
I had only one drink that night because they didn't have sugar-free Red Bull, I think, or no sugar-free like any because there was like one drink that they had that seemed somewhat good, and it was like a mixture of like Red Bull and like some liqueur or whatever. I'm like, okay, great, I'll do sugar. They're like sugar-free, like, oh, I don't we don't want
Ah,
sugar.
I'm dying. Stop. They didn't have sugar free for your little 90-pound ass. Okay.
Well, actually, because I was pregnant at the time and I did not know, I was in the early stages. I was retaining water, and I remember thinking to myself, like, why is my legs getting a little bit thicker? I'm like, oh, I'm not even eating anything that's sugary.
Can I just stop? Like, you know that I'm live right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Rita literally weighs 80 pounds wet. Like, I can pick her up with one hand. I have a picture of it.
Oh, so
So she
yeah.
was retaining water. Her legs were getting big.
Oh, and near the end of the pregnancy, like, who retained so
Well,
much
when we
water?
figured out you were pregnant, that was a different thing.
Yeah, yeah. So, anywho, but yeah,
Anywho, that is Canadian.
I didn't even, it said it's, I Googled it and it said it's a phrase that came up from like the 1700s and like, I think it said America.
That's
American,
so
and
nobody in
no, it's
America says anywho.
right here. It says the informal expression of anywho is a humorous American variant of anyhow. It emerged in the mid to late
From Canada and England.
definitely England. I would, yeah, it sounds so English to me.
So England, like England like took Canada. You know that Canada is still ruled by England,
Actually, it
basically.
says influenced by Scots dialect. The any who spelling, a version that appeared in print around 1850, is likely influenced by the Scots. There you go.
I love you, but I can't. Okay, let's get to the online bullying.
So we were discussing the many variants of
Well,
it, and
yeah, I wanted to get back to you being bullied in high school and college.
okay, which is not online bullying, but that's okay. So when I was, no, I did not get bullied in college. In high school, yes, in elementary school and high school. So, but going back to elementary school or even high school, I don't even like honestly like I don't even really like there was never like a thing in regards to, like, oh, I was bullied because I had freckles or like because
You don't
uh
have freckles,
I'm just
though.
saying, like, if it was a thing, like, I don't remember them ever saying anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was no thing. Like, usually it's like, it wasn't even because I was short either, because usually, I'm really short, as anybody
She
knows.
she is very little. She's
Um,
little. Like she's very little. Like
yeah.
as Juliet would say, she's little.
So it was I like in elementary school, I
Like
just remember,
literally, like Rita's like this tall and this wide. She's very little.
yeah. And I
And we
never
love her.
Yeah, and I never told my parents about it. I was like a strong little tough little kid. Like I just like whatever. I just let it roll off my back in a way, and I never let it affect me attending school. I still attended school every day. Like I never told my parents. I never said, "Oh, I'm sick." I never did that stuff. I was like I just had this really from a young age
Like,
just
wait,
really
what are you saying? Like when you were sick, you didn't tell your parents? Is that what you're saying?
I said I never would make up stuff to avoid going to school. I still
Oh,
went to
I made
school.
up shit all the time to avoid going to school. Why did
Yeah.
you not do that?
I don't know. I can't say
Do you
like
know
I
that? Oh, well, I'll just tell you now. By 10th grade, I was working in the office that gave permission for like leaving early, whatever. So I had been forging my father's signature for 3 years. And when I worked in the office, they were like, the first time my actual dad's signature was on there, they were like, this is fake. I'm like, it's the actual first time my dad has a signature here. But I can't believe you never like skipped school or I don't know, a million things I did.
I mean I did skip school in high school,
Classes, whatever.
but that wasn't because of bullying. Cause I just was trying to be a cool kid. I was like, hanging out with this girl that was really cool that I thought was really cool. I thought she was like really
Trying to be a
pretty.
cool kid is like the worst case scenario, right?
I don't think I was trying to be cool, but I mean, I thought that was the cool thing to do. And like I'm like bad, I want to be bad type of thing. Like, I was in like grade 9 and uh
I want to be bad. I want to be bad.
yeah, that was like my thing.
Yo, are you watching Yellow Jackets, by the way?
Uh, no, I'm not watching any
You need
shows.
to. You need to. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, Juliet's
You
calling.
have Prime. Julie, pick it up.
Well, I just
Put it
missed it.
on speaker. Put it on speaker.
Ay, ay, ay.
Answer on speaker. Trust me.
Okay, I'm calling now.
And put it on speaker, but you have to say you're live with Ashley and me.
Hey, Julie.
Juliet,
Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's okay. Here,
tell
I'll
her we're doing a live stream so she knows.
or oh, Nick's snapping. I'm doing a live stream with Ashley, and she's like, "Get Juliet on, get Juliet on." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, Do you mind? You do that. We're just
Juliet, I love you. I just wanted you to know that you're live because that's a legal
You're
thing.
live. You're live. You're live. You're live. No, no,
Tell
no.
her that I'm protecting her.
Apple. You can hear her.
Hummingbird!
Dude, always think about you when I see apples or horses. How
I love you, Hummingbird. I can't hear you, Hummingbird.
Oh, I think it's a bad connection on her end. She's reconnecting.
it happens
So
all. It's not you guys.
let's let Juliet take the stage, please.
I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying I always think of you when I see apples and horses. How's it going?
I love you, Juliet. It's going great. Rita and I are doing a podcast right now, and she said Juliet's calling us. Like, make sure she knows that she's live because that's a thing.
Oh,
And
okay,
then I
cool.
wanted to
What's
say,
the
I
podcast
love you.
about?
I love you. I love you.
Yeah, I love you more, man. So cool. So, do I stay on the phone or how does this?
Yes, stay on the phone. We want to talk to you. Can you stay on the phone, or do you have
Oh,
time?
how many people are involved in this thing?
It's just us. It's just Rita and me right now. We're recording it, but then Rita will put it on Spotify, Apple,
First
and
things first. Ashley, do you have a new boyfriend or you're still fooling around with Cole?
oh my gosh.
Okay, we're
Oh my gosh,
live.
you're so funny. I don't have a new boyfriend
I want
yet.
to know. Let's get down to business, baby.
I
Dude,
love you. I love you, Hummingbird. I love
never
you.
fucking live in Venice Beach again after this. It's fucking paradise. But one thing at a time.
We
I just got in from what?
we are live. You gotta watch your language.
Why?
No,
What's it?
she's fine. Let
When I,
Hummingbird do whatever
Yes.
Hummingbird wants to do.
hey,
Oh,
I just
Hummingbird, I want to tell you something.
love
Hummingbird, can you hear
nothing.
me? Hummingbird,
Can
can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
me? Hummingbird. I
Yes.
saw 3 hummingbirds in 3 days, and
Hey, I
they
wrote a
came
song.
right
Do you
up
want
to
to know
my
what it's
face.
called?
What?
I wrote a song, and here's a song I wrote. And the title of it is Hummingbird in the Himalayas. How do you like that?
I
Because it's
love it. I love it. I love it. Can we hear it?
the sweetest of the sweetest and the best of the best, like going like when you know the agape or like just
Fondue says hi.
fondue. Yeah. Hello, you little character. You better not be jumping on anyone.
He
Um,
hears your voice and he comes up to no, Juliet, he heard your voice and he came up like Juliet, Juliet, like he's like talking to you, but we want to hear your
he
song.
put on his handsome face, I bet. Yeah. So I want to finish my sentence. The song is about like choosing the best in life and the highest vibe, like way spiritual, like because Himalaya is the highest, like when they say take it upstairs, like choosing higher, be the better person, blah blah blah. And hummingbirds, think about it, they go for the nectar of the flower. Flowers are, I think, one of the most beautiful things on planet Earth, and it's like they go for the sweetest nectar on the hummingbird in the Himalayas. Yep. So
Yep. What about the
what
hummingbirds in Mar Vista that are saying, Juliet is speaking to you?
it's a
Hello.
state of
Wait, hold
mind.
on, Juliet. Kaka, kaka.
Okay, um, I'm on. Somebody else talk.
Okay, Julia. So we're talking
We
about
love you.
online. I mean, we're talking about bullying. Okay, so we're talking about bullying, and it's bullying in many.
I got one thing to say. Stop it. Yeah, yeah. There's one thing to say. People need self-love, and we need a world that works for everyone. Everybody's different. Bullying is the opposite of a hummingbird in the Himalayas, and people that bully are only there's something in them. It's not about the other person. But anyone that's so feeble-minded to fall for bullying needs to grow a backbone and start a prayer practice and a meditation. Next time someone bullies you, have at it. Tell them in short, you know what? Yeah, bullying needs to stop. This world is
Juliet, Juliet, can you say
wait,
one thing for me?
what? Oh, what?
Kiki, go fuck yourself.
Am I? Did I go fuck myself? Yeah, that felt
No,
real
no,
good.
no, no, no. I want you.
Okay.
I'm asking
What?
you. This woman was working with me, right? Juliet, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. A woman was working with you.
And she fucked me over. I just want you to say one word and one sentence. Kiki, go fuck yourself.
You wanted to say that to the lady or to me?
No, I want you to just say exactly what I just said. Kiki, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go
She,
fuck yourself.
thank
Where are we
you.
going with this?
We're not doing
Okay.
anything. Basically,
Oh,
this woman,
well,
I was
bullying
working.
is very low vibration. Anyone that would use their precious God-given energy to criticize another person might want to hold a mirror up.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, everyone has flaws. Everyone has weakness. Everyone has bad. Bullying I mean, it's really sad. I think this goes into food. I think people are so fucking nimble-minded because they're eating toxic food. And that's why when someone bullies them, they're like, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. Yeah, someone bullies you, you should give them a fucking smack in the fucking face. I don't know.
Julia, wait, hold on. Rita, do we not need to do a weekly podcast with Juliet? I feel like we do.
Yeah, we should.
Is to be enrolled in school in Thailand. Why? Seriously, because I'm telling you, on a practical level, forget fairy wary. It is safe here. The children and the culture are happy because they can run naked on the beach. No one's going to steal them. No one's going to hurt them. The school and the culture. And also, I know my stuff because my sister. But let's get off of Nick. Sure, I'll do a weekly thing. I want to stay connected to you. I'm super grateful. Y'all called me and thought of me. Oh, but yeah, bullying.
Juliet, we love you. And before, I don't think you saw it before, but we were talking about how you were like the village that helped Rita get other people. Like you were there, like you were on point, and then you got me on
Yeah.
point.
No, but Rita gave me one of the biggest gifts of my life. I was there when Nick came out. I wanted that. He's only like, how old is he now? Like 1 or 2 or something?
It's
Yeah.
almost two.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I almost shit my pants when she said, "Yeah, you come to the birth." I mean, that even to this day, it means a great deal to me. That was one of the highlights of this incarnation for me. Yeah, that was like
Well,
amazing.
I don't know if you heard anything before, but Rita was talking about how you knew so much. Like you came in and you knew everything. You knew how to talk to the doctors.
Oh, let's
You
not
knew
get into that. And you what?
you knew
You
everything.
knew like when the babies come out of the uterus, that white stuff that's on them, you knew to like not take the white stuff off because they wanted to bathe Nick, and you were like, no. So I never knew that the white stuff was good for them to absorb in their.
Super fascinated with, and I was super proud of her because I didn't want to get pushy, but she womaned up and did a little bit of breastfeeding, which I was like, oh, she said she didn't want to do breastfeed. I almost had a heart attack, but she at least got a little bit because that first colostrum. But yeah, no, I'm fascinated with the whole birthing thing. It's something that is very close to my heart. But that baby definitely come out strong, man. Like stand up for your rights. That baby came out.
No, no,
Forgot
Nick.
about
Nick
that.
does not. Juliet.
That
Nick
fucking
does
baby,
not play.
his
Nick does
arm
not
up like
play.
Bob Marley, going, get up, stand up.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Nick. Yeah,
It's the curtain.
yeah, he came out like that.
Like I was so relieved when your legs could feel again. I was like, oh my God, she's got both her legs numb. Like how weird is that? You know?
Yeah, I was literally in surgery, and so like I just had my head up that was like able to move and be mobile. So Juliet had to hold him. Literally, he was her first point of skin to skin contact.
Cut his cord.
Yeah.
Crying. She came. I burst into tears the second I saw him with that fizz. I was just like, I had like a spontaneous waterfall. Remember, Rita?
Yeah, I remember.
Well,
I remember.
I remember this, Juliet, that you went out of town. You were leaving. You were like, Ashley, you need to get to the fucking hospital. And I was like, okay, Juliet's telling me to get to the hospital. I'll get there.
Oh, because she didn't want to be left alone. She's like, oh,
Well,
okay.
God forbid. But no, Juliet, you knew the right person to call. You knew the person that would show up.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
Ashley, what's going on, girl? Did you get a roommate, or you figured out how to pay the rent, or what's up with Cole? Did he blow out of town, or is he trying to
Oh my
pick
God,
up?
we're live right now,
Yeah,
Juliet.
Juliet, we're
Please text me
people
later about that.
we're We
Person at a time. Apple first. What?
we're live streaming. We're on YouTube right now, and yeah.
I am single. I am available, and
Juliet,
I'm getting
Juliet,
really fit.
Juliet. 3 hummingbirds came to me in 3 days. And I will tell you that
Apple?
I've been on hummingbird, calm down. So Apple went on 3 dates in this week, and
Oh,
Apple decided that Apple is
no.
good. I'm yeah, Apple's good.
Feel you, man. I feel you, man. I do, but look it, life keeps her rolling. But with Cole, even though you guys parted path, that's
Can we
all.
not say that name
And,
anymore? We're live, literally.
what?
We're live. We're
Can we
live on.
not say that name anymore, please?
That moving on about bullying, dear world, please stop.
Okay, so listen. Yeah, thank you,
Oh, okay.
Hummingbird. Hummingbird, the whole
Sorry.
topic is like online bullying, and we're talking about obviously Nicholas the whole time, and maybe that's the point of this, but we're so happy to have you here. But the topic was online bullying. I was a targeted person, and they like, I don't know, Juliet, you know me well. Like, so it was like Ashley's a cunt, Ashley's a whore, Ashley's this,
Oh my
blah.
God. Good Lord.
So we wanted to like address the fact that this happens to
Yeah, I got
people.
one thing to say. Yeah, easy to be brave when it's fake. Yeah. Anyone can post anything is my understanding of the online thingy, and it's like just because it's up there doesn't mean it's true, especially in today with the AI. I mean, people are trying to manipulate for all kinds of reasons that usually don't have anything to do with anything real. And I think I heard this quote that said, in today's society, like people aren't even interested in what's real. They want there's so much. I'm just really against bullying online or in person or other. I mean, I've experienced a tremendous amount of bullying in my
I've seen
life.
it. I've seen it. I've known you since 2019, Juliet, and I've seen people bully you in
Yeah,
real
it
life.
was, oh, you don't even, yeah. And when I was younger, it used to really affect me, and I would try to convince them, that that it wasn't real. And then when I got bullied so bad,
do
I
you
almost
make
lost
wait,
my
Juliet,
house.
Juliet, I know that you don't like me interrupting you, but
Oh yeah, please do.
did you do I'm sorry. Did you do the mistake I made, which was over explaining or defending yourself? That's what I did.
When I was younger, excessively. And then
Right.
the bullying got violent, and I survived something. I won't go into it because we're live. But
Yes.
when I came out of that,
Yeah, don't go into anything
all
personal, please.
I changed completely. Where when someone bulls at me, I just laugh. I'm like, yeah, well, look, are you, you know, I just flip it. I just flip it. Like when I was younger, I was excessively trying to explain and get people to understand who were lying and bullying me, and yeah, it really affected my self-esteem. It was bad. I had very low self-esteem, and then once it got past violent levels, then I survived something I won't get into, and after that, I'm like, it was a quantum healing. No one can bully me anymore because I know who I am.
I
Yeah.
know who you are, and I know that I've seen your quantum healing.
But it makes me sad. For example, I think a very sensitive age is young females in like the 14, 15 age. 16, they're getting kind of snarky, but like 13, 14, 15 is a very, that's an age that I feel extremely protective with females because they're so, what's the word? They're like a sponge, and they want so much to be accepted, and they haven't found their legs yet. And I think, I don't know statistics, that's not my world, social media and bullying, but that that age group I think needs extra, extra, extra attention. Not that boys don't either, but statistically, I do know a little bit about sexual inappropriate behavior, and that age group. When I see a girl that age group, I swear I want to put a burqa over them. And it's a sensitive. I would say that is an area, if anyone works with girls in that group, where a lot of caution, because whether I'm 60 now, so whether I was part, which I was
Okay, you're
not.
60. I don't believe you because you look like you're
Yes, it's true. I was
40.
born May 24th, 1965, but I look really young for anyone who's interested.
Yeah,
But
anyone that's interested, she looks like she's 45. She looks younger than me, so
I think someone else
there's
should
that.
take the mic because I've always got a little too much to say. So
No, we love you. We love you. I want to do a weekly. Rita, what do you think about a weekly thing with
I want to
Juliet?
end the note.
Yeah.
I do want to say the
Sounds
reason I
good.
mentioned I'm 60, we got distracted, is because I didn't grow up in that world. I grew up in the Bronx, but when someone bullied you, they said you die at recess.
Say
And
that again. Where did you grow up?
well, forget about me.
You
Let's go
grew
back
up
to
in the
the
Bronx.
young ladies or young girls today, because of their age and because of the timing. Social media is an enormous, enormous part of their life. And I've even seen documentaries about girls that have committed suicide. It's not a joke. Now I'm going to get very serious, you know, and also because of the reality. I mean, I'm very concerned about bullying with young girls because that is just a very, very sensitive age on a lot of levels. It's an age where even grown men start to find them attractive, and it scares me. It scares me a great deal. That age group. When my niece was that age, oh my God, I started calling my sister, going, "Hey, have you talked to Katie about what to do?" And if anyone ever, and I mean, I would see it just walking down the boardwalk with her. It scared me to death the way men would look at her, and she was 13. So, and she grew up with an iPad in her phone, in her hand. They do this in school now. So it's like knowing the impact of social media in her life at that age. That is my biggest worry about bullying. And now I won't say more.
Well,
That
thank you so
age
much
group.
because you said that perfectly, Juliet. We were talking about online bullying and like how it can translate to like really feeling hurtful to people.
Those girls are so sensitive at that age. Oh my Lord, their hormones are
I'm
changing.
sorry. Aren't we all sensitive at any age?
We are, but it is very confusing because they're kind of little, but they start to get. It's the beginning of their, I don't, sexuality.
Puberty.
Different.
Puberty.
Yeah, I mean they're innocent.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be
Did you say
confused
Hebrew name?
when you're not innocent.
Puberty.
It's another thing to be confused when you have no experience, no point of reference, and you're not even clear what's okay. And I'm not saying that this age demographic is not the same for males. I just extra of the statistics of inappropriate types of sexual behavior. It worries me a great deal. Yeah. Yeah. And that, I know at the beginning of the call I said I'm not into bullying, but now, it's a serious thing. And I'm glad that we're speaking about it. I feel like I'm going to start crying.
No, don't cry. But Juliet, I've been attacked by this group of bullying like men. They're basically men that like. Have you ever heard of incels?
Have you ever heard what?
I never heard of it.
I know incels. It's a
What is it?
word. Incel means involuntarily celibate men. Have you ever heard that word?
Oh, no, I haven't
So
heard.
basically,
I mean,
an army of 2,000 incels attacked me in the last 2 months. Online bullying, talking about my sister, talking about they want my sister
okay.
dead, they want me dead. I'm a slut, I'm a whore, I'm an idiot, all these things. So that's why Rita and I are here.
Holy moly. I'm a little bit scared now. Oh
It's,
my God.
you're scared?
Yeah, because what if, I mean, obviously they're not okay upstairs to be sending somebody that. I hope they don't hurt you. Oh,
Well, they hurt my feelings, but I mean, they can't get to me. You know where I live.
maybe it's an AI and it's not real.
No, they're like real men that hate me and literally like have been attacked. Like Rita's seen it. Like it's a whole thing. Like Ashley Cummings sucks. Like she's a cunt. Her boobs look like pancakes. Blah 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 blah.
Anyone running around town saying, might want to have something better to do with their time.
Right? I mean, but it is
It's
the thing that
insults.
Rita and I were here
So
for is that
they're judging themselves. I'm sorry.
no, I was saying that Rita and I were here because that translates to like a trigger from like for example, like Rita experienced stuff when she was younger. I definitely experienced stuff in high school and college where people were bullying me in real life. And then translating that to the online bullying stuff is like it's a thing. It affects you. Like people have committed suicide because of comments that people have made about them. It's not a like light thing.
Yeah, I know. My whole life, yeah, yeah. When I was young, I have really big eyes, and
We
I got
know we all know that.
people always think I'm on drugs,
And
and
your ears are
it's not
bigger.
funny. It's not funny. It's really not funny. One time when I was in high school, my girlfriend's mom cornered me and insisted that I tell her what I was high on. I'm like, I'm not on anything. So I just, look at this my eyes. But I think what's you know hazardous is that everybody is walking around with a cell phone, and there's a lack of bravery. Like it's easy to be good. People post like it's so easy to bully somebody, and it's
It's so
really
easy to bully someone. Not only that, Juliet, great point, but it's so easy to bully someone behind your little computer board, behind your little
yeah, great.
computer when you won't even show your face and maybe you're not even real and then.
And they're obviously very there's someone who's not doing well. We'll put it like that because
Yeah, they're not doing well. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. Because anyone that would there's so many things in the world that you could do. Why would you even bother? It's also like, I heard this thing once, like, all life breathes together. What you do to the one, you do to the whole. And it's like, if you think of like, we're all breathing the same air, we're all drinking the same water, when there's like a giant pea soup, and you want to be careful what you put in the pea soup because it affects everybody. And when you put that kind of thing out there, it's just like, good Lord, why would you poison the soup? It's so toxic.
Very literally, like, Juliet, you and I have had a history, but like, I love you. And what every word you just said, I just clapped. Like, they call me a retarded seal because I clap, but I am so proud of every word you just said.
But what do you have to say about it?
No, it's complete. Everything you're
She's
saying.
like, what? People are calling you a retarded seal? What? Like, yeah.
No, I mean how Julia see how that's part of Juliet's genius right there is that she flipped it around like a smart seal. So that's a great way
Like
to
a
deal with
smart
bullying.
seal.
Bullying is like you don't react it with anger. You just what she just did. She just like flipped it and into like haha, a smart seal. Yeah. And like it like that's like the perfect way to like react to bullying is because they want you to get angry because thereby that validates them trying to gain superiority over you. So when you don't get Yes, attention as well, significance, is superiority. There's so many motives for it, to definitely attention as well. And but the way she just
Well,
reacted,
it's
like,
mostly money. Like they make money off of making fun of me.
How can you make money on this? I mean, you were
No,
talking
no,
highly
Juliet,
about.
Juliet, it's a whole thing. They make money off of making fun of
Oh,
me.
well, then
Like,
that's now we're going into a different. Once there's money involved, I mean, people. I mean, okay, I didn't, I don't know that I should be part of this because I'm not hip to the whole internet thing. I stay
well,
out of that.
I'm not like really hip to like the whole, I mean, there's so many like I'm not with all this online bullying stuff the way that Ashley's experienced it. I'm not either, but bullying it in itself is still bullying, and the best strategies for your mindset to deal with it is really the main topic of this conversation for the podcast episode is like teaching people how, best ways to deal with it, right? How
right.
to
How
like,
to like strategize and move through and not take it personally.
right. That's like the real main.
Self-esteem is the root. Anybody that had healthy self-esteem would say, "Wow, you choose write this with your time. You might want to do something more uplifting." I think self-esteem is at the root of that. You know, isn't it?
Can I repeat what you just said? Um, I love you, Juliet. Self-esteem is at the root of this.
Somebody with healthy self-esteem wouldn't they would be like, oh, some loser is this, has such a sad life that's what they're doing, even if they're doing it for money.
Well, this
But
is my
I
theory,
think
Juliet. I think most of them don't have jobs. I think most of them don't have money and they like sit at home and like go on their computer and say, Ashley's a piece of shit, Ashley's this, Ashley's that. It's been like hardcore for like 2.5 months. That's why Rita and I are doing this. Um, I love you and I love every word that comes out of your mouth.
there's another saying that what any publicity is good. Like, wow, you're really on your mind, huh? Like these long legs, don't you? I don't know. It seems to me like I'm gonna be quiet. I just got in, guys, from like a 2-hour run, so I'm on a high, and I feel like I don't want to hog the pod thing. So I think if someone else should talk and leave me out because I'm starting to hog the mic, and I don't want to be that way.
We love you.
Aww.
Yeah. So what?
We were talking about you before, and I was like, Juliet is a force of nature.
Yeah. And I was like saying how sharp you are and how intelligent you are. So,
Oh my goodness.
And also, Juliet,
I should say thank you.
the way that you
I mean,
said,
right
like,
back at you both.
Ash, sorry, go ahead.
she just said right back at you both. So to elaborate what Juliet was saying is like, it's yeah, it's just like not really, don't give it much attention, but also I think listening to podcasts like this where you learn that it's not about you really, it's about them. Like it's either they're trying to get attention like Juliet said, or whether they're trying to feel superior, or in Ashley's case they're clout chasing, so they'll look for somebody to pounce on, finding out their weakness or finding out something, or just making up stuff point blank, just based on little things that anybody can interpret and perceive as any which way.
To interpret, people are capable of making something up out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like, so.
Write their own movie.
Can I get an amen? Amen.
Yeah. I've seen that many times. There wasn't even an incident that spurred this on. There wasn't even a misunderstanding. Someone just decides. And that's where, like, the freedom of it is a sword. Like, the freedom of the internet, you can express yourself and every little thing. Oh, we're so free. But there's the other side where it's like people get, like Ashley said earlier, that sentence, but it's easy to be brave behind a laptop. It's like, is maybe too much freedom, and people get creative. And then when you add that somebody's making money, we've gotten into good and evil because
So
people.
here's where the lawsuit starts. Okay, so all these people are making money off of shitting on me. Clippers, they're called clippers. I don't know if you know that term, but so they make a lot of money off of making fun of me. So why shouldn't I get some of that money?
I'd like to ask you both because you probably know more than me. I do love TikTok because it's just a stress
I know
reliever.
you always send me TikTok videos, and I'm like, I don't have TikTok.
Oh, well, let me get to the point.
I
There's
love you. I love you, Juliet.
this young lady, they love you so much too. There's this young lady that looks a lot like Nicole Kidman, and has anyone seen this?
I have.
No.
No, I haven't.
What happened?
Running around TikTok bashing Nicole Kidman, like really like severe, saying that she's her daughter. So you guys are not familiar, so let me let it go because the other day, unless it's made up, which it could be, somebody said, "Oh, Nicole sued her, asking her to, stop this." And I don't know if, okay, you guys are not familiar, so I'm going to let that go. But I saw an AI. It was an interview of Kim Kardashian, one of the most famous women in the world. And she said, yeah,
Kim Kardashian sucks for every record, but please proceed.
well, anyway, in this interview, she was saying, I'm a transgender man. And I called my nephew because it was a joke between him and I. And I was like, can you believe this? And he said, Julia and Juju, it was not really her. It was an AI. So when you look at the level of smoke and mirrors, like anyone could say anything about anybody and even create an AI interview with them. I mean, it's really kind of scary, you know?
It's
What?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
beyond like Rita, do you agree? Like I think what Juliet just said was very important. It's
Yeah.
very scary how they can do things now with AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Because they can literally, some people think, well, I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Well, if they are really good with animation okay, another example, Cardi B. She's a rapper. Do you guys know Cardi B?
Yeah.
Cardi B, we love
Okay,
Cardi
so I
B.
saw an interview with Cardi B, and it was really her. I know what she looks like, and she was saying that she was in her fourth pregnancy. Not true. So that means, like they did with Kim, like they did with Cardi, somebody was good with AI and animation or whoever the computer tricks are. So what's very, very scary is if someone says, well, I want to see it straight from the horse's mouth. In today's society, people can literally make a little mini you saying whatever they want to. And so if someone is using that as proof, and therefore I think it goes back to the root of you have to remember any and everything on the internet could possibly, or not, I'm not saying always, be fake. And this is what is also, I think, disconnecting our society. People don't even want to get real anymore. I've seen this with girlfriends, and I realize they don't really want to get to know this guy. They just like getting shitty videos. It's like it's become more fun, but fancy. It's very artificial and it's very scary what it's doing to our culture and our world.
Yeah, so you brought up a really excellent point is like people don't want to be real anymore or like have actual like authentic real connections with people.
People don't even want to talk anymore. They
Yeah.
want to just text.
Yes, yes. So that is a thing that's
Yeah,
we
Juliet, why'd you stop texting me? I'm just kidding.
Mhm. So that is definitely a thing in our society is
It's
like
sad. Don't
we've
check it.
been like I was trying to explain to Ashley earlier, like we are unconsciously being conditioned to kind of like behave and think in a certain way, and it's not very obvious, right? It's because of the social media, the internet, the everything's instantaneous, the clout chasing. I want to be a social media influencer. I'm important. I'm important. I'm going to put all my energy into my career, or, all these things that distract and tell you this is more important. Thereby, focus all your energy into this to gain self-importance. Thereby, okay, well, I'm not gonna, why should I bother for, putting actual energy into real to connections any longer when I can self, promote myself onto using social media platforms by making 1,000 videos like a week so I can like get that viral video going, or, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So people are now investing all their energy into some activity that's going to bring them self-importance. Then and it's become
Morphs into social isolation
yeah,
because
yes.
you no longer need to go to a party or anything. There's so much contact with a Zoom call that people are like, I'll just stay home and entertain myself. I don't need to actually. I had a girlfriend once that, in my opinion, had an addiction where she said this to me one day, and I remember my jaw fell to the floor. She was, I guess you'd call it, dating this guy. But I said, how many hours have you actually been physically present with him? This was going on for months and months, and it was like 7. But yet, for months and months, they would do this, sending each other like erotic videos. And she thought that it was a deeper form of intimacy. It's like what song he picked out was like inside. And I was thinking, are you completely lost? If you are in a relationship with someone, you need to actually touch their skin at least once in a while.
Hey, like, sorry, Juliet, you need to smell them, correct?
That too. And you know what was interesting? They had this back and forth social sexy video thing for quite some time. She thought she was in love with him, thought about marriage. Once they actually spent physical, in-person smelling, touching, she was through with him in like 2 weeks. And I was like, I think that says something. Like you can get, it's almost like people want the fantasy more than they want with what's real. And it's also extremely too easy to create a fantasy if you're not spending live time. And I think this becomes very confusing and problematic for society because people lose touch with reality to come out and say it. It's a big problem.
Yeah.
Someone like Nick, who's literally going to grow up with this, is like, it's already, my nieces and Nick's only 1 or 2. My nieces now, they're getting older. She's 23. And my nephews are 28 and 24 or something. So they are getting older. But someone like Nick, I mean, he's just going to be stature, graded. Oh my, I mean, I worry about that. And especially with AI, oh my good God. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, but I think in the future though, I think they're gonna probably regulate AI more, it sounds like to me. They're gonna because of the dangers of what you're saying, that anybody can impersonate anybody and say.
These two things in the shadows. Any law, there's always the laws and then the dark web. I'm not saying he'll get in that world, but I mean, once knowledge is out, he can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. There's always creative ways around.
That
But
is a great way to say something. You can't put the
fluid.
toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, man. It's like people. That's why they should really make. Well, I don't want to get into abortion, but it's like when it's not legal, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means women are forced to do it in an unsafe setting. It's very sad. But let me not even touch that. Somebody else talk, please.
No, Juliet, we actually love you, but Rita, go please.
Yeah, yeah, no, Julia's touching on like actual real legit points that, like I was saying earlier, the unconscious conditioning of human beings, or by byproduct of the platforms that are available and what you can do with these platforms. And even if you're not using it as a social media influencer and you still have like a day job, and you are going home and scrolling through the Instagram or, YouTube or Facebook or whatever platform, and then you're watching Netflix, you're just being like and then you're watching Netflix, or maybe you're participating in like some kind of online forum in some way or something. I don't know. And like it's so easy to get so entangled in the online world and not participate in real life connections and nurturing those connections, because then you're tired from your demand, because today's corporate jobs are very demanding, more than usual, because of technology. Now there's more demands and standards placed upon you and more competition, so people are now working harder than before and longer hours to stay ahead of the competition. And so they're going to like want to rest and not invest so much time into real authentic connections, because that does take nurturing and time to actually talk to your friends on the phone and like go and spend time with them,
That's where the illness comes in, because in not getting that, we are taking a human fundamental thing that keeps us rooted, and we're going to get sick from it. We already are.
Yeah.
Mental illness is at an all-time high, depression, anxiety, because as much as it's so interesting with the internet and you can feel so deep, it is not human touch. And without that, just like little babies will die if they're not
Nick,
held.
I need you to be a
Today-
moderator.
What?
No, you were saying something, Juliet.
Even
I was just saying that things are like paradoxical. Like the beauty is all this freedom, but there's a dark side where it's all like too much information. And like one of the things I always wish they would like stop, that I think is really excessive, is there's this review thing. Like if I could get a hot dog somewhere, I'll pay my $6 in LA, huh? Or $10 in LA, 12. I'll eat it and whatever I think. But I think like the fact that like people are writing, I like this hot dog, I didn't like this. It's like, are you kidding me? Talk about, what's that saying? Too much information. It's a hot dog. Like it's gotten too much information for sure. I don't think that every boundary, like anything over $1,000 can get a review, but like people are literally criticizing. I got a hot dog and the lady wasn't nice to me who served. I'm like, to me, I'm just like, are we even taking up with band? Like, whatever, send her a prayer and keep it moving. But like it's really excessive out there. I think that's part of why I stay out of it.
right. Yeah, it is. It's super, super excessive.
We're being forced into it.
Yeah.
As a traveler, like there's things you can't get some of the countries, your boarding passes, and so it's I think that it's very, very paradoxical because there's so much good about it. I think the main thing is that human Homo sapiens, or whatever you call us, have not spiritually caught up with the speed that the internet has brought to the world, because things can happen so fast. And so, like, this is, of all the times that humans that we know of, aside from mystical stuff,
Wait, what? Besides
the
mystical?
speed that, what?
She just said aside from mystical stuff, nothing. Just go on.
With things can happen, I don't feel that humans have psychically, mentally really caught up with. I don't know what year the internet started, but it just keeps getting more and more and more. And I think if you look at the history, We just even traveling, used to take the horse. There was all this time to process. Where now you can buy a house, you can get a man, you can do anything in the flip of a text. Your whole day can change. I think the speed is a real, and I know this was supposed to be on bullying, and now I'm kind of getting into the internet, but do you want to go back to bullying? But I'll close out my train of thought and just saying the speed upon which things happen, I think humans haven't caught up with mentally and spiritually. It's so fast. Never in all of history have things been able to happen at this almost quantum speed. But now I'm on speed. Let me get back to bullying. Yeah, just somebody else talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
love you, Juliet. I'll say that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Rita.
yeah, it's okay. I love you too, Juliet. Yeah, so I think like the topic is bullying and how to best deal with it. And, bring up online bullying, we can't help discuss all the other parameters surrounding online that is molding and shaping our mindset and how we live and incentivizing and motivating certain behaviors in people and at the mass collective, and what we're seeing in the mass collective as a byproduct of the rise and expansion of social media and the platforms and what you can do with them and how it's conditioned people's behavior and addictions, I should say, because it is addictive to continuously scroll on Instagram and Facebook now, because now Facebook is kind of like it has similar features now to Instagram where you can scroll through reels and stuff like that. So, yeah, and also I think most importantly, like dealing with bullying is like just knowing the truth, like what we discussed. It's not really about you, it's about them wanting more attention. It's about, I know it's really easy to say, and as when it's happening to you, it's really hard to not take it personally and internalize it as if it's like you're being targeted because of something about you, that you're not as valuable or shiny as another person. But like I was saying to Ashley, I actually spoke an online summit about workplace bullying and workplace harassment, and I was doing my research to prepare for the talk, and I embedded into my talk examples of celebrities who were bullied, and they were bullied in high school. And I bring that up because because they're like the shiny, pretty people that everybody kind of like looks up to and wants to see what they're doing and so, but they were like Winona Ryder was bullied in high school severely. She was actually physically beaten up to the point where her parents had to take her out of high school and I think homeschool her. And Angelina Jolie was bullied. Madonna was bullied. I think those were the only examples that come to mind when I was researching celebrities that were bullied in high school. And so Madonna was I always find Madonna really interesting in terms of how she deals with bullies. And also, actually, I love to watch the old celebrity interviews and from like the 80s and the 1970s and 1960s because I feel people were more authentic back then and they weren't so filtered in what they said. And and it was more, it was really, I just love watching them because I just learned so much. I learned a lot from how I could see it in today's day and age from the 80s, how she dealt with, because back then, talk about bullies, back then, the people that would interview the celebrities, there was a lot of covert bullying going on, trying to undermine her or trying to extract some kind of juicy content from her or trying to criticize her in a covert way to see how she's going to react on camera. And she dealt with it like really well, her comebacks, and she never accepted what they were trying to do and she maintained her authority. And that's what she did when she was a young in high school. Because Madonna was bullied because she was different. And even in high school, she was always her own. She's got a very strong personality, as we know, and very bold. And she never like backed down to anybody. She just maintained. She had a resiliency, and she embraced her difference and uniqueness, even though she was being bullied as a child in high school. She maintained it. She didn't like change herself or try to conform in any way. And then we see this with her, you know, as we know Madonna today in the spotlight. Throughout her career, she just embraced her boldness and uniqueness, and that's what made her so famous, really, because she was like a unique entertainer. So I say that to give an example of how the best ways to deal with bullying and what's the best mindset to adopt and have when you're dealing with bullying. Juliet?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, that's just a great example on like how to deal with it, you know, because I think a lot of people, like, it's really easy to become a victim and cry and feel like crap and, you know, hide away from the world and play small and not try at whatever it is you were trying to do when people were trying to bring you down, right? So that's why I bring that up is like that's the truth. The truth is it's not about you. In fact, it's probably about your light. Your light, you have a light to you. Obviously Madonna, I would say she definitely, you know, I would say she's definitely has star quality. I mean, she's, you know, she does. She has that. That's why we were all attracted to her and wanting to obviously she was a great entertainer. And she was really great at being an entertainer and so but that was the star quality in her that she probably exuded even back then. And that, you know, I think that's a part of it too, actually. Like sometimes if you are being bullied, I think, you know, in a way you could take it as a form as a compliment. You have something that maybe they want and they fear and they
Yeah,
want to
that's
like
back into the saying, like, there's a lot of quotes about, like, well, you know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. If they're talking about you know, why? Whether it's good, bad, ugly, but because there is a lot of truth that people with a lot of energy tend to have. A lot of people talk about it. You know, that's probably why it's happened to Ashley, because she has a very bright light. Like, holy shit. Yeah. So, you know, people get, you know, also sometimes they just,
Kaka, kaka.
you know, all kinds of things. But I think the root is it's not the person being bullied, it's holding a mirror up to look at yourself. You know, look at what you're sitting down writing, you know. But it does get corrupted, which shocks me that people can make money. Because now, once there's money involved, we're in a different realm because people, you know, everyone needs to eat. People need money to feed their kids, whatever. So I get even like there's so many layers to it, but of course, yeah. Mm. Madonna had self-esteem.
yes.
Let's go back to that because yes, Madonna was bullied and all of that. She also had a dear friend and one of her dance teachers, and they used to go out to the gay clubs at a very young age. She was really into like the wild, the openness of the gay community because it was in a year when that wasn't acceptable, and so I think really good self-esteem. Someone would do what she did. Someone says something negative and you just throw it right back at them. Like, look at you. You know, you got nothing better to do with your time. And then criticize me. I feel sad for you. You know, would be, you know, kind of a way to shut it down. But if they're doing it for money and you get caught in the web of emailing or however, I'm not on, I don't know, Instagram and stuff, but however you guys text or whatever, comments or something, like maybe it's not even real. They don't even know you, or they'd say anything positive. If it's about money, we're on a whole nother ballgame now. They're like, I don't give a shit. I don't even know who Ashley is. They might even be in India. And they're like, I'm just trying to make a buck here. Because somebody told me, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. But I think, Madonna had self-esteem. And part of why that's part of her story. So I'm just going back to esteem, that's all.
Yeah, she
Because when you
definitely.
say to run away and hide, the root is bullying. The root is the person doesn't have high self-esteem. Because I think it's a player's thing. And I think I see self-esteem is the root of whether you take bullying positive, negative, and that was certainly my experience. Well, you bullying that I want to survive this. And it was a really lot of freedom. I had a climate change. I don't care since it anymore. God, I got to worry about. And I was just, no matter what I said or did, I was like, one's got an end. Like, it didn't affect me anymore. But that was because I went from having very low self-esteem, which I had until I was in my 50s, to this particular incident where I got a lot of self-esteem. And after that, I really meant it. And it was the most freedom. Oh my God, it was the most freedom I ever felt in my life, where I just was like, I'm not playing. I'm not saying this like a postcard or a cliche. I really don't care what other people say, because what I learned at that point was you're going to say stuff no matter what I do. So why, the big root, though, was I had no self-esteem or very low self-esteem. And then once I had self-esteem, the bullying was meaningless. I was like, what a joke that you're doing this. I feel sad for you. You know? So I think it's really self-esteem. I don't think it's all that complicated. But it gets complicated when people are using it for money or using the internet to build up a persona for their business, and then these kind of reviews really matter, even if they don't really care. I mean, it's this trippy, yeah. It's trippy.
Definitely trippy, trippy, trippy. You know what's really trippy? I feel like you guys are like a part of, I'm sitting on the balcony and I never sit out here late at night because I'm always like, with the baby and stuff, but he's snappy. He actually went to bed early for once. And so I'm on the balcony and I'm like looking at the trees and the sky in nighttime, which I never do since like the arrival of Nicholas. But it's really rare that he's sleeping really early. He never does that. But so I feel like you guys are out here with me, which is really, really cool. Even though you guys are like Juliet's on the phone, on speaker, and Ashley's on Zoom with me. You see, it's like really, really speaking of like the power of technology today. It's like I feel like you guys are on the balcony with me looking at the tree. Well, it's dark now.
Now, it's good and evil in the universe. Is that there's a lot of good, but it also can be evil. Like
Yeah.
like bullying. You say, "Oh, I'm making money. Oh, I'm giving my comments, and that's building me up as an influencer." So we have all these good things, but then we have the evil side where anybody can make up stories that aren't true, and we have AI, people imitating others. So it's good. So many things in life boil down to good or evil. You know.
Yeah.
It's way, way, way fundamental root. Like, perfect example. Like, people say, "Oh, social media sucks." A lot of older people, you'll hear that often. Well, when my nephew's leg came off of his body, the particular in Bali, they didn't have the blood for my niece. Okay, my nephew's leg came off in Bali.
Jack.
My niece got him the blood through a social media campaign, I guess you call it. But she was in Australia. So she did this from Australia, and they flew the blood to Bali and probably saved his life. So obviously that's very good. Then we have something like what Ashley's experiencing, the bullying, which is obviously very evil. It's very harmful. It's hurting her. It's putting toxins in the pea soup for everybody. But yeah.
Juliet, calm down. I'm a bit stronger. I think you know that.
There's the apple I know. Girl, you tell them they're just jealous of those green eyes. That's probably the real truth. I'm jealous of those freaking legs, man.
Still.
So yeah, for every record, I fucking love you. I love you. I love you.
Like how we're disconnected because we don't talk with one another.
What do you mean? You're away. What do you mean? I'm always here for you. What are you talking about?
No, she means the Mass Collective. She's talking about the Mass.
Oh, I thought Juliet, I thought you were saying like we don't talk. I'm like, I'm always here for you. Like I'm
No,
always here for you.
I meant in society, and people are running more to online socialization, and we don't talk. What does that mean for the youth?
It's called a parasocial relationship.
Yeah, for the youth though, they don't have a strong backbone because morals are so gray. Everything is so open to interpretation, and everyone's 2 cents about a freaking hot dog. So like it's easy for us to say, well, if you have self-esteem, you're all good to go. Just say, I feel bad for you to write a bad review. You must be a sad person. But for those who don't have that backbone,
Juliet, that's literally why we made this podcast. Is for the people that don't either know that they have a backbone or like that they can realize they have a backbone. Does that make sense?
it does, and I feel really,
I love that it sounds like you're either eating or you're uh uh what do you call it? You're either eating or you're what do you call it, Vita? The connection is not great.
Yeah,
Because
it's just
you're in Thailand.
well, yeah, I am eating. So let's ask all three of us.
We love it. We love it. We love that you're in
What is
Thailand. We love that you're eating. We love everything, every
bullying?
word that comes out of your mouth.
Rita, Ashley, and me, what can we do to do our part in stopping bullying? Let's
well, we can't.
Great question.
what?
I
Well,
said
we
that's a
can't.
great question.
All we can do is like doing what we're doing right now, like spreading awareness and how, like, what's the reality as to why it's being done. With the reasons we mentioned, it's not about really the actual person being targeted, it's about them. And also, best ways to deal with it. So, just by using humor, like Juliet did, somebody made a comment about Ashley, like calling her, one of her physical behaviors is like clapping when she agrees with someone, and someone
I
like
clap like a
kind of it.
retarded seal. I have boobs that look like pancakes.
And
I mean, it goes on and on and
and
on.
so Juliet's like, oh, smart seal, right? So just that's an example of like turning it around, flipping it into like using humor and turning it into a positive, as opposed to falling into their trap of getting angry and lashing back out at them, because then that's what they want. And then it actually gives them more power and it validates what they're saying more.
I agree. Yeah.
Juliet, do you think my boobs look like pancakes?
With those legs, who cares?
Okay, for every record, she said, with those legs, who cares?
Uh, more than the legs. But those
They're making fun of me online saying my boobs look like pancakes.
Oh, it's like I said, like it's just there's tons of beautiful women that are like,
whatever boobs, anyone can get a set of boobs for $200,000, man. You just, I mean, let's not go there. People look different. Everyone has different bodies. We're all. I think ultimately, though,
Can we go back to anyone can get boobs for $200,000?
no, she said 200. I think
What is that, bots in Thailand?
that's what I'm saying. It's in Thailand, probably.
go go get a boob job. What's the big deal? I don't know. Personally, I always wanted to have breasts like that. I always wanted little teeny, just like little teeny, like mosquito bites, because I could wear all these
Exactly. Thank you,
bullying.
Hummingbird. You know my breasts. They're little things.
Your body's beautiful. Your face is gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's anything to, I mean, like me, like the example I was bringing up earlier, like back in the 90s when I was saying, like when I was in high school, all these models and, a certain look was being
The
advertised.
heroin chic look.
So there, yeah, that was the look then, like Kate Moss you mentioned, and
Yeah.
Claudia. And I'm just saying, like, majority of naturally thin women have like are like what do you call it, bare chested, right? They don't have big, it's not natural. It's like very few women naturally have big breasts and are have a small frame, you know what I mean? So
Whitney and I were forced into anorexia, and Whitney got a breast job. I did not. But Whitney has a lot more resources than I do, obviously, as anyone wants to say online. But I'm very happy with my body.
yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree Ashley is a very beautiful like woman. You are very beautiful. There's no arguing that.
But that's like the big thing, Juliet, that I have pancake boobs and I'm skinny and like it's all these weird things and like
Yeah,
that's what
everyone's got an opinion, and what I can't even go there. It's so stupid. It's like,
Yeah, I know it is. It's like, yeah, exactly. Who cares?
like literally, but with the reason, Juliet, we were doing this is because it does affect people.
like,
Like teenagers have committed suicide
like
because they
that.
read
Like putting somebody
negative com.
down. What? What's going on? Sorry.
No, 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 no. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I mean, the individual that sit down and type that has to now have the vibe of what he put out around him. I actually feel sad for him. Forget you. We know you're gorgeous. Pancake boobs, no boobs, big boobs, whatever the freaking boobs. Who cares? But whoever wrote that has to walk around the rest of the day with the vibe created from writing something so mean. And that is very dark. Like
Yes.
the choice to make money. I mean, I don't know if they did it for clout. I don't even understand it. I don't know if they did it for money or what, but I think, God, ooh, I'd have to go to the beach for an hour and like brush that off. You know, it's like when you say something really negative, we can all feel that. It hurts. You're like, oh, I'm disgusted with myself. I can't believe I said that. It's a terrible feeling when we're not rising one another up. We all feel that vibrationally. It's sad.
Can I reiterate that in a different way, please? When you guys speak ill of me or ill of anyone, you're speaking ill of yourself. You're putting shitty, shitty shit on yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely reflects your character, who you are as a person when you are putting out negative vibes like that. And, just criticizing people, just to criticize people for, enjoyment, amusement, and then
It's
thereby,
evil. It's evil and it's disgusting, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
because think about it. Any feel with circulating that vortex is probably hurting themselves. And so maybe, people deal with pain differently. Lashing out at someone else. For example, if somebody feels they have no power in the household, but so maybe they're in an abusive relationship of some sort. The father, doesn't let the girl speak up, or a husband, classic example. And so maybe they feel very disempowered. But when they get to their laptop by saying, whatever, it actually has small boobs and they look like pancakes, it makes them feel like they couldn't lash out at their dad, but they could at you. So it's almost like that saying of like, the guy had a bad day at work and the poor innocent dog gets kicked. The dog was like, yo, I was just trying to give you your slippers, because the guy couldn't lash out at the boss. There might be, I think it's called transference, where you're mad at Susie, but you take it out on Betty.
Well, it's the classic thing, Julia. It's like kick the dog. It's horrible. I hate it. But yes, you're on point.
I mean, we're into it this long. I don't know how long these things last, but there's a lot, sometimes, yeah. But it ultimately, it's just breeding more pain. in the world. And I just think that's just, it's sad, really sad. Like this world, we have such a beautiful planet and we have so much that we could do. And when people make the choices to do negative things with all that we've been given, it does make me very sad, very sad.
Yeah, and that's another point I want to bring up too is like everything, every tool we have, every object we have, can be manipulated for good and evil. For example, a fork. You can use a fork to eat, or you can use a fork to stab somebody, right? So when people talk negatively about social media, like social media, in my opinion, when they say social media, I don't think social media in itself is like the cause of all the ills that we're seeing. I think it's always been there. I think humans nature has always had this dark side to human nature because it's been obviously bullying has been present before social media started, and a whole other host of negative behaviors human beings have exhibited in the mass collective amongst each other before the internet was even created. So I think the internet is another means to exercise that dark side of humanity as well. So it's like, we have the good side of humanity that's being used for social media for good purposes, and then we have the dark side. But we've always had those two sides coexisting, whether we have internet or not. Internet is just another tool for them to use. So I think that's an important point to bring up because I think at some point, I think it's a really good practice to study human nature, and thereby it makes you stronger and more resilient as a person because thereby it's easier to accept and to deal with it better when you know the truth of what's really going on, as opposed to being caught up and being distracted and going off course in life. You can navigate life better. And you can really steer your own steering wheel of life when you really study and accept what human nature is.
Yes.
And we're all pausing in profound thought.
It's like the three of us that talk the most. We're all like,
Yeah.
like Juliet talks, I talk, Rita talks, like we talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important to study human nature, and you can tell by listening to Juliet, she's got a really good grasp on human nature.
I love Juliet. Juliet, you know I love you, right?
Oh, God.
You do. You're really wise. It's probably
Juliet, you know I love you, right?
I can't even wait to see you again. I wish you'd come visit me, but I also don't want to talk because now I realize we're on YouTube. I don't want anyone to know where I am. I'm
No
going
one knows where you are. Trust me. They just know that you're in
to,
East Asia.
I'm not
And
gonna,
we don't even know if you're in East Asia, quite frankly.
oh my God.
And now you're in India losing reception.
Like, but
So
it's Nick okay? Because
are you in Bangkok next?
no, yeah, no,
No, Rita, I'm being playful.
yeah, no. The reason why I'm like,
still on my house, man. I still have the birdhouse. Oh, the birdhouse is so freaking cute. Can you believe what I did with that place, Apple?
It's so amazing, Hummingbird.
It's so freaking cute. But let me,
I
I don't
can't even. You saw my messages. A girl wanted to live
I
there, but I was like, I don't know when you're coming back.
both of you guys to please respect my privacy and change the topic. Because the fact that this is live, I really mean it. Please let's not talk about me and my life and my
Well, isn't
location.
that amazing?
Let's go
Because
back
it's
to
Hummingbird, Birdhouse, Apple Longlegs. Nothing is real.
oh, we're not online. We're not on YouTube
No,
anymore.
we're live, but nobody would ever be able to figure anything out, like from us, you know?
I don't want to go into that. I just don't want to talk about me until it's a private conversation. But yeah, when I came in for my long walk and I saw a missed call. And I thought, oh God, because I think Rita would normally text me, and so I always worry like is Nick okay? But I can clearly see it. Rita, was there something more that you wanted to talk about the topic of bullying?
um, yeah, I think we've touched upon a lot of like vital great points, which is like the reason why it happens, the truth that the person that's doing the bullying, it's really about their stuff, that they are just targeting you for various reasons to uplift them in whatever way they want to be uplifted, due to various motives, whether that be, they're being triggered by I mean, we all have uh, past abuses done to us in some form or shape or another. It's just like, but it's just a part, yeah, it's a part of life. And it's just, we live in a duality, and duality meaning there's good stuff that happens in life and there's bad stuff that happens in life. It's just part of human nature. And humans, every single person has that duality that lives within them, is a different ratio and different boundaries. Ratio meaning some people are more good than bad, some people are more bad than good. And the spectrum of moral boundaries is different for everybody. So like there's certain morals that people have that they'll never like think to do to another person because they just would never do. Yeah. And there's some people that think that way. So it's just like understanding that the dynamics of human nature, and the different personalities that coexist with us, and how to have discernment, meaning how to spot red flags and have the discipline to put boundaries upon people that are toxic and exhibiting bad behaviors once you start to notice them. And also not make it about you, meaning don't internalize it thinking that, oh, I must be a worthless person or a lower level person because they're targeting me. No, not true. As we brought up how so many examples of so many of celebrities even who were targets, and they did not let it affect them. In fact, they embraced it and accelerated in their lives way beyond the bullies. So we brought up
Statistically true that most geniuses and people that have really changed the world for the were bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, most geniuses are bullied.
Most geniuses, or anybody that has like a light to them, whether that's through genius or through star power. When I say star power, just meaning like, I think of like Madonna, like she just was really great in front of the camera.
Well, you have like the longest stretching aura. You could see it from a vista all the way to the ocean in Venice. So I would guess that whatever, I don't know all of what's going down. Like I said, I just wanted to see if Nick was okay when I saw him this call, but I would guess, and I would think it's a pretty good guess, to be honest, is that whatever is going on with this bullying and stuff, is just you have a very huge aura, like enormous. And you also, I believe, are somewhat consistent with a presence online. So it kind of comes with the territory. I know this.
Yeah. That's what I said to her initially.
Does exist, whether we want to jump around with agape and stream. That's why I don't like that saying it's all good. It's not all good. That's half the puzzle. There's good and there's evil. Look around the world. We wouldn't be picking up guns and thinking it was a great idea to change the world by blowing each other's faces off if evil didn't exist. This is my 2 cents on it. But I think that whatever it is that's going down has a portion to do with the fact that you have a very larger than life or field or whatever light around you. Like she's saying, like star quality or genius. Like you have that kind of energy. Like some people, okay, you stand out in a crowd. It's not just the legs or the eyes, although it's a lot, but your aura, your aura. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, you walk into a room and just that person is it's like the green M&M and a pile of brown ones. It just stands out. That would be you, Apple. So probably
I love you, Hummingbird.
What?
I said I love you, Hummingbird.
Something like that, and you should really take it really ultimately as a compliment. Like we said earlier about turning things around. It's like, wow, a lot of people want to talk about myself, don't they? You just go on and get down with your own bad self, man.
Yeah, I actually, that was my initial reaction when I saw the text that what was happening to her.
like the first video that came, I think in the wait, like in the, and I haven't been following through because I'm busy with Nick, but I remember Ashley sent out a text, like with her group text chat, like saying that this was happening initially, and I texted back saying, "Oh, you should take this as a compliment. You're getting recognized online, and this is like kind of the first stages of what happens when you start to get recognized online. Is that people,
You know, is that, yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. Like, there's a million people they could write about, but they're writing about you. Yeah, because you stand out, man. There's no denying that. Hello, you know. Certain people, I mean, we all have our beauty and we all stand out in our own way, but it's no mystery. There are certain people that just light up a room. My niece is one of them. My niece walks in the room and it's like, whoa, high voltage. Yeah.
you are too, Julia. You got, I was telling you,
I was just gonna say that. Rita. Like Juliet is that person.
King Cognito.
Let me tell you, when I go to the market, I want to wear a burqa. I don't know shit. I don't know anybody. I don't know anything. I don't even.
Juliet, you're so like you'll never ever not be in my heart. You're so funny. First of all, like I could see you wearing a burqa.
Low, man. I don't need any kudos. I don't need nothing.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
Anyone and everyone out there who can hear this, we're three lovely ladies trying to support each other, and just like we're doing, please, everybody, try to be supportive and uplifting to your fellow human beings. If you see bullying, please help the other person to remember that they're a good person and that it's not real. Help anyone that you know that is suffering from bullying to develop self-esteem. Some good tools are just the classic, Louise Hay has some really good books, some really good CDs. I'm just putting this out for because someone might hear this, come together and support, everyone developing enough self-esteem to not be made ill by
Hey
bullying.
Juliet, can we do this? Come together right now over you.
Yeah. Try to be more positive and create a world where we lift each other up, not tear each other down. You know?
100,
We're
1,000%.
all
That is what
unique.
I've been saying
Big
for like.
boobs, some of us have little boobs. That's what makes it interesting. Nobody's better than anyone else. Sure, some people get fame, some people get, but you know what? We're all made of the same stuff. Let's remember that and try to, whoever it is that's bullying is in pain themselves. Most likely they're taking it. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they didn't have the strength to fight back. Too. They were probably bullied themselves. Like, let's just try to turn this around to the best we can. I know we can only do so much each day. We're all busy with our to-do list but let's try to, if you see anything that you can do to support someone that's suffering from being overbullied, help them remember their value. When you see someone bullying someone else, take a stand. Take a stand for them.
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
When I get an amen up here, because if you can't love yourself, then how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? That's by RuPaul. The drag queen thing, RuPaul. I'm serious.
Yes, Juliet, we know about RuPaul. You're so cute because Juliet, you think we're like younger or like I'm 44. Like we know about RuPaul.
Negative things. We just say, yo, bro, if you can't love yourself, wait a minute, how's it go?
If you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. That one?
World needs more. What's the answer to everything? More love.
Isn't it, wait a second, is that Diane Warwick song? What we need more love or something?
Wait, no, Rita, go. Rita, go.
Yeah. In love, sweet love.
Wait, Rita, start it.
Wait, I can't. Julia got it. She knows the song. I'm better than
If
me.
you know somebody. No, I'm just singing bullshit. What, can we start the song, please?
Juliet knows the song. I barely vaguely
Juliet, let's go.
something about the world needs or something.
The world needs love. Right, Juliet?
Yeah, I think it's Dionne Warwick.
Eastern Asia doesn't have the best internet. We know that. World needs love. Loves right now. Isn't that it, Juliet? Is that what you're singing?
Yeah, I actually think that slogan is a perfect thing to say if you catch somebody bullying somebody else. Look at them and say, oh, wait a minute. Oh, it doesn't go that way. I love what RuPaul is doing for the world because she's a big advocate on stopping bullying. That everyone's unique, whether you're drag queen or not. It's about embracing our differences. I mean, within the boundary of good and evil being kept safe. I think in a way bullying is kind of a joke because what is there to bully about? Small boobs are just as beautiful as big boobs. What the heaven? Right?
Okay, sorry, you've seen me naked. I don't have low boobs.
Oh, dude, you're enough to make me want to flip to the other side. I kept my distance, though. I kept my distance. I'm gonna keep it up. Me and you had this talk, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I am ahead. Listen, we're gonna get off this. Yeah, appropriate behavior.
Well,
I love you, Juliet, but you can be a testament that I don't have weird boobs or long boobs. That's one of the things that the bullies are saying is that Ashley has long and weird boobs. I have small, perfect boobs, and I think that you can testify to that.
Well, listen, they need to develop some love for themselves. Somebody that was healthy, I don't think would choose that job. I mean, we're supposed to be talking about bullying, not good and evil, but things do boil down to that. A lot of things when you go deeper and deeper and deeper. But there's abuse, like Rita tends to do. Like I kind of go for the juggler, and Rita looks at the layers and how we got there and this and that. And it's just like these people are not happy or healthy. And what's even sick is that there could be who is paying people. When you say people can make money, I'd like to know who on earth is paying people to criticize other people because that shit needs to stop.
Thank you. Can I get an amen? Who in this world is benefiting and taking money from making fun of people and bullying them? Doom, stand the fuck down.
Can I go now?
Yeah, we gotta go because I gotta do another podcast, believe it or not.
All right.
Okay, I love you guys. How are we gonna end this? Because Juliet, by the way, if Rita's down, I'd love to do this once a week.
Be kind. Be kind to one another.
Wait.
Don't we want to be treated with kindness? So treat others with kind. Anyway, I'm gonna go because it's getting very wet.
No, but okay, I know, but do you want to do this once a week with Rita and I? If Rita's down,
I'm in. I'm all in.
Okay, well,
yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Stop bullying. Everybody out there in the world, stop bullying. Bye.
that was it for
Nobody even knows how lucky they are to hear Juliet's voice. Nobody even knows that.
Yeah, she really honestly I mean, I always told her you got so much star quality. I always thought did you act or something? Were you an actress? She's like, no. I'm like, well, you should have your own talk show or something because you're just you're oozing, you have so much interesting things to say and you're so unique with your expressions and how you she coins terms herself that are so unique and wise and she's like, oh hell, she has no interest in being in the public spotlight.
No, that's why I'm saying this is an honor that people don't even know. Like Hummingbird being live on YouTube is an honor that people don't even understand at this point.
Yeah. And yeah, she's a really special person in terms of her uniqueness and insight and wisdom. And she's funny. She's got like a lot of comedy to her.
There's
Honestly,
no one funnier than Hummingbird. What are you talking about?
honestly, like I always told like when I were to go down to visit her in LA, I was like, oh my God, I'm laughing so much. You're so funny. Like honestly, you should be stand-up comedian. You're so
No,
funny.
she's the funny Hummingbird. Who's funnier than you? Is
Well,
she
she's
still with us?
no, she signed off. She's off. She just had to
There's
go.
no one funnier than her, right?
I know. She's so funny. Like honestly, like she honestly would be a really famous comedian if she actually tried her hand at it, you know?
I don't think that that's what she wants.
Yeah, she has
You know her shtick.
no
She wants to be a
desire, but
world traveler, and that's what she's doing. And
I
love that for her.
it's just
Um,
it's no desire, but it's just funny how I do meet people that could like excel in a certain field and they don't want that field. And it's like they have these natural
she can do
talents.
anything she wants, but what Hummingbird did was she bought property.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
She
Yeah.
has several millions of. She has a lot of property.
Well, and you know what? And it's now in today's day and age, now today, like I've thought about this, and it's funny because after this thought that I had, because of the way society's going with the internet and everything like that, it's like it's actually more liability today to be famous than it was before. You know what I mean? Because because it's like let's say you become famous and like let's say like I don't know, you can't uphold, let's say something happens, you can't uphold that huge income any longer. Like everybody knows who you are, and that's just gonna see that's just gonna like I don't know. I just seems to me like there's more negatives now. Like there's more to mitigate around if you are gonna be um famous. And I think I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast and Rob Lowe was on
Why
there
were you listening to Joe Rogan?
because he's all over my YouTube feed because he's Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
because you're watching an algorithm. Stop watching Joe Rogan. He's a retarded
They
person.
just they have these little Joe Rogan clips and it's like interest they have obviously clickbait. It's obviously good clickbait. You want to click on them.
Baby, I love you to death. You know
He had
this,
Rob
but
Lowe. I
why
like
are you
Rob Lowe.
watching what the
Rob
algorithm
Lowe
is
was a
feeding you?
guest. Rob Lowe was a guest. And
Who's
so
Rob Lowe, the actor?
yeah, from like
Oh
the
my God, I saw him at the airport once. So I taught him yoga, right?
yeah.
I have to go to another podcast.
Okay, guys, that's it for our podcast tonight. If you want to hear more, subscribe to the Have Being Well podcast at Apple iTunes, Spotify. We're on YouTube as well. All right, stay tuned for the next episode.